Catch the spirit of the game. The Hastings Sidebusters.
Line drive, left field, base hit. 1 run scores. Here comes his 2nd run home, and the Sodbusters have the lead.
Us Hastings kids, we kind of have our own little crowd going on in the corner, so it's been a blast.
The 1-2 pitch on the way. Called strike 3, and the Sodbusters are out of trouble in the 7th.
I kind of get what's expected, and we're supposed to do it the right way, everything else, but at the end of the day, it is summer baseball, and we're here to improve every day, but also have a lot of fun.
Sodbuster Baseball.
Previously in the summer, I got to play with a kid from Japan, so that's a cool connection there, and it's just nice getting to know everybody and seeing what they like, kind of maybe they show me something that I'll like and enjoy and take on for the rest of my life. You never know.
Swing and a miss. And the Hastings Sodbusters get one for the 3rd time in a row.
You got to make sure you have your composure and stay true to who you are up there. You got to be able to know what kind of baseball player you are, and you got to play to your strengths.
The Hastings Sidebusters.
It's time to win Tuesday at Duncan Field as the Hastings Sodbusters take on the Fremont Moo. A disappointing performance yesterday as Hastings suffered a loss at the hands of a very good Nebraska prospects team. 14-5 the final in that one as the Sodbusters still looking for their first win after 5 losses to open the year. They take on a Fremont Moo squad which had a day off after they went to Casper and lost 2 of 3. Fremont coming in at 4-2 already. Another meeting with the Moo, and maybe today is the day that the Sodbusters get that first win. I'm Steve Stein. We're going to be hearing from Ryan Valenta in a little bit. Producer is Mason Hendricks. We have Connor Christensen and Noah Pagel helping out today. The Hastings Sodbusters and the Fremont Moo. Hope you enjoyed the broadcast. And our pregame is going to feature a couple of interviews as we'll have a Sodbuster spotlight in just a little bit. That's going to be featuring a young man, Gage Frank. But when we come back, it's a replay of the post-game interview with Joel Skipper as we bring you Sodbuster Baseball.
Are you tired of lousy internet and faceless customer service? It's time to experience local, honest, hassle-free, and exceptional. That's the Allo promise. We not only provide crazy fast fiber internet, crystal clear TV, and dependable phone service, but we choose to become a part of the communities we serve and love when everyone calls or stops by our store to say Allo. So don't settle for mediocre, settle for exceptional with Allo. Visit us at allofiber.com/local.
Blue Fork Kitchen features elevated comfort food in a family-friendly, fast casual environment. With a full menu, you can sit down for a nice meal or order online for pickup. From salads and wraps to burgers and steaks, Blue Fork Kitchen has your kind of food. Open Tuesday through Thursday, 11 to 9 p.m., and Friday and Saturday, 11 to 10 p.m., with a special brunch buffet Sunday from 9 to 2 p.m. Blue Fork Kitchen is located in the Cimarron Plaza, 38th and Osborne Drive in Hastings. Like them on Facebook.
Hastings Sodbusters dropped a 14-5 decision to the Nebraska prospects yesterday. After the contest, we heard from head coach Joel Skipper.
It doesn't get much worse than that. Just to think it started off from the first pitch of the game, had that error and right, and then things just got worse. So just feel really bad for this fan base coming out and supporting us. We got to make some changes and got to get better. So I think that's going to start tomorrow. But we got to, make some big adjustments, pitching side, offensive approaches, and obviously defense is really killing us right now.
The prospects, their approach at the plate, didn't seem like they tried to do too much. You kicked it around a little bit, but they've just line drive, taken it the other way. Talk a bit about what they did against you guys to kind of exploit the way you were pitching them.
Yeah, well, when you're in hitters' counts all day, it's pretty easy to hit. So we didn't do a good job throwing our off-speed for a strike, commanding the zone. When you don't do that and you have really good hitters like the prospects do, it's going to be a fun day at the plate like they had. So it's just got to be, I think, a better focus, just coming out and setting the tone defensively and getting a 1-2-3 inning and then kind of going from there. So really shot ourselves in the foot all day today.
Coach Joel, 10 hits for the team, only 5 runs to show for it. Seemed like there was a couple innings where left the bases loaded, stranded, or left a couple on. Just approach of the plate. Does something have to change at the approach of plate just to keep those line moving? It seems like the prospects, they were able just to get those little blue pitch singles, but just a lot of flyouts and not smart plays or anything. What has to change for the offense?
Yeah, I think we're just trying to do too much in those situations. We had bases loaded, nobody out yesterday, didn't score a run. Bases loaded a couple times today, kind of same result there. So I think just guys just overthinking the game. It really is a simple game, and just kind of going back to the fundamentals. Swinging at good pitches, I think, is first of all, we're doing a lot. We're getting ourselves out a lot. So just kind of fine tuning those approaches. Obviously, I think we have some pretty talented players here, but we just got to kind of get back to the basics and go from there.
You look at the bright spots here. Gage Frank, a multi-hit game, a pretty hard-hit ball from Marcos Cabranes as he ended up with a double, 2 hits. I mean, there are some bright spots, even though you guys haven't started the way you wanted to.
Yeah, it's early on. I think there's brighter days ahead here for the team. But, yeah, I think we have some bright spots in our lineup. So it's just kind of filling some spots and just making it more complete. And kind of like I told the guys after the game, winning's contagious, playing good's contagious. But it's just going to take, I think, a little bit of leadership from the guys and someone to just kind of step up and be that initial guy, and then hopefully we can just follow forward with that.
And Ty Matson, probably the hardest hit ball here at Duncan Field for the Hastings Sodbusters. You one off the wall at Duncan, you've done something.
Yeah, that was pretty impressive. I think he thought it was gone off the bat, but then I think he looked at the at the dimensions of the field. Yeah, but he put a good piece on that one, so I thought he saw the ball really well, hit a couple hard right at people, but overall, good day for Ty.
Hastings coach Joel Skipper on with Ryan Valenta and me as the Sodbusters dropped a 14-5 decision to the Nebraska Prospects. Now it's a matchup with the Fremont Moo as we bring you coverage of Sodbuster baseball.
There's nothing like relaxing on a summer day. Nothing like taking in a Hastings Sodbuster baseball game. And there's nothing like an ice-cold Pepsi to make the day perfect. Pepsi Cola of Hastings wants to make your nothing like be the best day it can be, whatever the occasion. Enjoy your favorite refreshing Pepsi product throughout the Sodbuster season and make your nothing like memories. Pepsi Cola of Hastings, a proud sponsor of Hastings Sodbuster Baseball.
Hi, I'm a baseball umpire. Now, my job can get pretty stressful. I have to keep my eyes open at all times, and if I don't make the right call, people boo me. So to relax, I visit a Nebraska lottery retailer like this one and buy some scratch tickets. It always calms me down. Hey, you cut in line.
I did not.
All right, you're out of here.
Hey, he didn't cut.
All right, you're out of here.
I feel better already. The Nebraska Lottery. Top prize odds vary by game.
Let's face it, we move our bodies around a lot. And sometimes things happen. A tweak, twist, pull, strain, ache, or pain. At Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care, their goal is to restore your mobility, keep you moving, and ensure your rehabilitation is effective, efficient, and stress-free. Do you suffer from headaches and neck pain, lower back or sciatica? Call Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care today. Start to discover wellness through chiropractic care. Fisk Chiropractic Sports Clinic.com. Start feeling better now.
You're listening to the Sodcast. This is Ryan Valenta alongside Gage Frank, Sodbuster leadoff guy from Marion, Iowa at Des Moines Area Community College. Gage, tell us a little bit about your spring and what you're studying for at Des Moines.
My spring went pretty well. I got over 200 ABs, batted leadoff for DMAC. We had a pretty decent season. We were about 33-23, something like that. And we got knocked out first round of the playoff on a walk-off grand slam, so that was tough. But overall, I had a really good time in the spring, and then trying to carry over how I played in the postseason over here.
And what year is that for you for the spring for Des Moines?
It was my sophomore year, so I'm still undecided where I'm going next year. So.
And pretty good in the spring, 22 multi-hit games, hitting .311. And I mean, if you're hitting that in the majors, you're pretty much an all-star there. So tell me how you transitioned from Des Moines and how you landed up in Hastings playing ball here.
Well, I was just looking for a place to play summer ball, and my coach called me up and said they need an outfielder for a few weeks. So I said I jumped on the opportunity to get some more ABs, and that's kind of how I showed up here. I showed up a day before season.
And Cannon also on that Des Moines Area Community College roster. Saw he redshirted this year. Did you know him before you got here, or did you kind of knew he was on the same team?
No, I knew Cannon. I've known him since high school. We played in the same conference. Always knew he was a good player. He played third base for us, and then just kind of talked to each other and decided to come play here this summer.
And how was that being able to come here with a familiar face and knowing you have somebody here? You know, it's tough. You got to learn a bunch of new guys' names, people you never seen before. But just how has it been, like, adjusting to all these new faces here on this new roster?
Yeah, it's always good to have a buddy with you, and it helps you make friends. But we just kind of drive back and forth with each other, changing each day. We live together, the same host family, and then the road trips, you really get to know the guys pretty quick. So it's been good. I feel like I've already got to know a lot of them.
And speaking of that road trip, you know, you didn't get to play 2 of those games, but got to visit Mount Rushmore. And as Scott said, you were cooped up with a cabin with some other guys too. Talk about that road trip experience and how that was to bond with your other teammates.
Oh yeah, we just had a lot of team bonding time. We went out to Deadwood a little bit. That's a nice, cool place in South Dakota. Then we went to Mount Rushmore, and then just hung out in the cabins all night and got to know each other. So it really was a good trip, even though we didn't play. But we really bonded together pretty well.
So now 5 games in, still on the losing end so far, but not too bad for you so far. Hit a home run in your game against Spearfish, so pretty good to play to so far. Overall impression of your first year in Hastings so far?
It's been good. Just trying to keep playing good and hopefully getting the win column tomorrow.
All right, let's talk about Frank here personally. Gage, you know, it's preference from person to person, but if you had to choose any meal that you could eat after a game, what's your best go-to meal? You can eat anything.
I always in high school went to Culver's after the game. I just really liked that butter burger and getting butter burger and fries and a root beer after a game.
What about the cheese curds there? You cheese curd guy?
Yep, they got really good cheese curds. Best in the business.
All right, so baseball is obviously, you know, you're playing in the spring, playing in the summer. Got to have some off time too. When you're not on the ball field, what's your favorite thing to do?
I just like hanging out with my friends. The week I had between my season and coming here, I went up.
Okay, we're good. Now that I think about it, I tried to compromise it because his level is pretty close. I don't know if did you have him a long ways?
I had it dumped to his face. That's
You could have done it quite perfect. 5 seconds. Okay, hit it. 1 minute.
Hastings College has reimagined everything. As a sophomore, you'll spend part of a semester studying abroad, and they'll cover the cost. Recognizing it's a digital world and how you learn, they'll give you an iPad Pro and Apple Pencil, tools that'll help you engage, whether you're on campus or in Paris, plus internship opportunities and professors who mentor you. Hastings even provides books. At Hastings College, you'll go somewhere. Go to hastings.edu/discover for more.
There's nothing like relaxing on a summer day. Nothing like taking in a Hastings Sodbuster baseball game. And there's nothing like an ice-cold Pepsi to make the day perfect. Pepsi Cola of Hastings wants to make your nothing like be the best day it can be, whatever the occasion. Enjoy your favorite refreshing Pepsi product throughout the Sodbuster season and make your nothing like memories. Pepsi Cola of Hastings, a proud sponsor of Hastings Sodbuster Baseball.
Welcome back to historic Duncan Field. It's Sodbuster Baseball. It's sponsored by Fisk Chiropractic, the Nebraska Lottery, and Jerry Spady Chevrolet. Just about first pitch time as the Hastings Sodbusters face a familiar opponent, the Fremont Moo. I'm Steve Stein alongside Ryan Valenta.
Thanks, Steve. Welcome to Moo back to town. Drive from East Nebraska from Fremont. As we've said before, we're going to see this team a lot this summer, and here they are back at Duncan Field. I mentioned earlier, Fremont coming off of a 3-game series against Casper Spuds, who we will see this weekend here at Duncan Field. Lost 2 out of 3, so after sweeping the series, opening series here, did Fremont against the Sodbusters, they find themselves with a 4-2 record. And it's more of the same what we talked about that plagued the Sodbusters, allowing those stolen bases. Fremont has kept the foot on the gas. They've gone 13 for 16 in stolen bases, and they'll look to continue their winning ways here. A couple of D1 guys on the roster. Ben Swales, for example, he was one of those guys. If I recall correctly, he stole 4 bases in the 1 game against the Sodbusters, and he's back in the lineup there. A couple of guys gone for the Moo. They lose Hayden Crawford and Alec Villanueva. So a couple new guys and a couple of temps that are now gone from Moo. Steve will have those guys in the starting lineups. But for the Sodbusters, tough one last night, as we said. Just did not have a chance. They're at the last 6 innings, but they'll look to bounce back behind Marcus Miller tonight, who pitched opening day on Tuesday. So he'll have to set the tone for the Sodbusters to give them a chance today.
Really back-to-back home game struggles. The last time they played here, it was against the Fremont Moo. That was a 9-2 setback. Got off to a tough start yesterday. Fell behind pretty much immediately. They had 2 runs in the first inning, 1 in the second. Fell behind the Nebraska Prospects 3-0. Stayed in the game. It was only a 4-2 contest heading into the 6th before the Prospects put up a 7 spot, and Nebraska goes on to a 14-5 victory. And the defense had been pretty good at home, but my oh my, 5 errors in the game, and you maybe could have made a case for a half dozen errors for the Sodbusters. It was not a happy Joel Skipper or Scott Galusha after the game yesterday.
Yeah, it just seemed like you don't want to lose ball games, and especially having all these fans come out. They don't want to see a team lose 5 games in a row. So a lot of pressure on their shoulders, but the season's early. Crazier things have happened. So 5 games skid to start off. It's got to end sometime. But like the matchup today, as we mentioned with Marcus Miller, but defense has to be cleaned up today. With those 5 errors yesterday, Sodbuster defense sit at 15 errors in 5 games, averaging 3 errors a game. And what they'll have to do is clean up that defense, and the offense too looked a little better yesterday. Although it didn't show it in the run column, just the 5 runs there, but 10 hits, and that improved the Sodbuster team average. They're now hitting just 202. They were hitting $190 before the last game. So they'll have to do what we saw the Prospects do last night. Just small ball, put the ball in play. Too many flyouts, and like we mentioned, Duncan Field's going to hold all the fly balls that you give it. With a couple exceptions, we did see 2 balls over the heads of outfielders yesterday, but putting the balls in right spots, putting the pressure on the defense to make the play will be the key for both teams to get a win today.
Let's take a look at the starting lineups. First of all, for the Fremont Moo. They're under the direction of John Asher. His first year for Shea Bennett, who coached the team for 4 years. Hunter Palmer leads off and plays left field. It's Ben Swales, the aforementioned Division I prospect, University of Iowa. He's the shortstop. Josh Blunt is in center field. Tyler Harrington, new to the team. He plays third base. Tyler Long is doing the catching and batting fifth. And it's Henry Heeman at first base. Brayton Sweet is in right field, batting seventh.
Those bars are moving in his voice. Those bars are moving in his voice.
Marco Obama, one of the newcomers from Fremont Moo. He's a returning from last year's team. He gets Hastings Sodbusters in the race for first year head Joel Skipper.
Player, when he comes to the plate, I need to hear you loud.
It's not working. It's stream.
It was working.
Marcos Cabranes, the catcher's spot today. First time Sodbuster fans had a chance to see him. Third, Nick Jones, the designated hitter, he will bat fourth. Cannon Coakley is at third base and batting fifth. Zach Vital plays second base and bats sixth. Batting seventh, Grant Jones, the shortstop. Batting eighth is Caden Cusella. He plays first base, and batting ninth, it's Calvin Johnson in right field. Marcus Miller getting his second start for the Hastings Sodbusters. Once again for Fremont, it's Palmer, Swales, Blunt, Harrington, Long, Heyman, Sweet, Kemper, and Hummel with Ibarra on the mound. The Sodbusters counter with Matson, Cabranes, Frank, Jones, Coakley, Vital, Jones, Cusella, and Johnson with Miller on the mound. This game by the numbers, the Fremont Moo, a team batting average of .251. Their team ERA, a very solid 3.02. Meanwhile, the Sodbusters team batting average .202. Their team ERA is 5.72. Let's take it out of the field and the introduction of our national anthem.
Monday through Saturday from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. Stop in and see what they can do for you. Tonight, our anthem will be performed by Jacob Inman. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's
whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Bring you Sodbuster Baseball. Apparently had some audio issues, so we are going to redo the starting lineups for you as the Fremont Moo go with Hunter Palmer in left field, Ben Swales the shortstop, Josh Bluntz in center field, Tyler Harrington the third baseman, Timon Long doing the catching, Henry Heyman is at first base, it's Braden Sweet in right field, Nick Kemper the designated hitter, and Tyler Hummel is at second base. Marco Ibarra is on the mound for the Fremont Moo. The Hastings Sodbusters, they will go with Marcus Miller on the hill, and Miller coming in, he made one start here, 0-0, went 5 1/3 innings, allowing 1 run on 6 hits, 4 strikeouts, 3 walks. That was the season opener and did not figure in the decision. He's a left-hander. Defensively, he'll have Marcos Cabranes doing the catching. At first base is Caden Cusella. Second base, Zach Vital. At third base, it's Cannon Coakley. And the shortstop is Grant Jones. Outfield left to right, Calvin Johnson, Ty Matson, Gage Frank. This game by the numbers. The Sodbusters coming in with a .202 batting average. They did raise their team batting average by 23 points yesterday in that loss. Their team ERA at 5.72. Unfortunately, that went up. 0.32 yesterday. Meanwhile, the Fremont Moo, a team batting average of .251. Their team ERA dynamite, 3.02 coming into today. It's Steve Stein, Ryan Valenta. How about today? Time to win Tuesday here at Duncan Field.
Yeah, we liked Marcus Miller last time he was on the bump. Had very encouraging start. Kind of got into some trouble in the 6th inning and wasn't able to make it out of there. Did throw 101 pitches, so had his mandatory rest. He's had hopefully a nice 7 days off, and he takes the bump for the Sodbusters here. So have to see what the Moo improved on against Miller, or if Miller now has some tricks up his sleeve, facing the same opponent for the second time as we are set to go at Duncan Field.
Hunter Palmer steps in the right-handed box. They have the orange jerseys today to go against the gold of the Hastings Sodbusters, or yellow, whatever you want to call it. First pitch, an off-speeder right across. Strike one to Hunter Palmer. Palmer, 160 on the year with an RBI, 6 runs scored. He's stolen 4 bases this year. Against Hastings, 3 out of 14 as he takes the pitch just off the outside part of the plate. 1 ball and 1 strike. Home plate umpire today is Jason Seitz. In the field, it's Matt Overmiller. A 2-man crew here working this Independence League battle. 1-1 pitch on the way. Off speeder is popped up into center field, and camping underneath it, making the play is Ty Matson. There's 1 out here in inning number 1. And Marcus Miller, used to pitching here at Duncan Field, a Hastings College guy. Just let those fly balls fly and see what your outfielders can do.
Yep, and that's what the Sodbusters are going to have to do, just like that. Get that first guy out. Kind of give yourself some confidence going forward. It's never easy to pitch from behind with runners on base. And for Miller, that's exactly what he did.
Ben Swales takes ball 1, 1 ball and no strikes. Swales off to a .320 start. A home run, a triple, 3 doubles. He's knocked in 4 and scored 8 times. He has 5 stolen bases, all of those coming in a 2-game span against the Hastings Sodbusters as the pitch misses. 2 balls and no strikes on Ben Swales. Right-handed hitter against the left-handed pitcher as we're 4:08 to straightaway center, 4:05 to the alleys here at spacious Duncan Field. Off-speeder floats over there for strike 1. 2-1 the count on Ben Swales.
Pitch floating in there at 63 miles an hour there.
2-1 delivery, and this one is popped up on the infield. The Sodbusters have it measured. Ball now back into fair territory, and it falls. Oh, my. Caden Cusella getting his first start in the field, first baseman, and the wind playing a little havoc with that. And there is error number 1 for the Hastings Sodbusters. And, man, you have a chance to get Ben Swales out. You better, Dad, well, do it, because he has a pretty good chance to try to get down to second base very shortly.
Yeah, Swales already with 5 stolen bases on the season, and perhaps the sun playing some tricks on Cusella, but...
Here's Josh Blunt taking high and tight. You really feel bad for Marcus Miller, who made a great pitch. Get a pop-up. That's about as good as you can hope for against Swales. 1 ball and no strikes as Josh Blunt is at the plate. He's batting .450 as the throw over to first base. One of the things they really emphasized in their pregame was keeping the runners close. A lot of stolen bases. A lot of that's been on the pitchers. Runner goes. The throw down to second base and bounces away, safe at second. The throw is on the shortstop side. Jones couldn't handle it, and Ben Swales gets his 6th stolen base of the year, all against the Hastings Sodbusters.
Yeah, good jump by Swales. Miller, not the best pickoff move from a lefty. Kind of just delivers right to the plate, almost slide step-like. Hopefully gives Cabranes an extra second to throw him out, but yeah, with that throw on the shortstop side of the bag, not much you can do there.
2-0 pitch, off speed, misses somewhere, and it's now 3 balls and no strikes on Josh Blunt. I mean, you give up the air to Swales, and Blunt has been red hot to open the year at .450. 5 for 10 against the Hastings Sodbusters in the 3-game series, all won by Fremont. 2 here in Hastings and 1 in Fremont. 2-1 pitch on the way as the pitch is across. As double-check the count here, I did not think they called that third pitch a strike. So we'll double-check the count. The scoreboard reads 2-2. I believe it's 3-1. As Miller looking in at Blunt. The runner goes to third. Pitch fouled away. One way that there's going to be 2 strikes now on Josh Blunt. And trying for another stolen base out there is Ben Swales, who's already stolen second, looking for another multi-steal game against this Hastings Sodbuster squad. He had 2 in one game, 3 in another against the Hastings Sodbusters. As a look back to second base for Miller. Second look, and the pitch misses. Count does go now to 3 balls and 2 strikes. Josh Blunt at the plate, no score, top of the first. A fly out and an error that, yeah, you'd really like that one back. So 1 on, 1 out, runner goes, pitch taken for ball 4, throw to third and out at third base. Marcos Cabranes, we've heard a lot about his arm, and no problem there. The tag applied for Cannon Coakley, so the Sodbusters give up a walk, but are caught stealing at third, and there are 2 men out.
And that's the opposite there. Not a good jump at all by Swales. Hesitated a little bit and took a little bit to get chugging, and Cabranes with the cannon. No shot for Swales to get to third base.
Tyler Harrington making his Moo debut as he will step to the plate. He's out of Lakeland, Tennessee. Division I prospect, going to be headed to Alabama Birmingham. 6'1", 210-pounder, taking ball 1 ball and no strikes. So an error, a walk in the inning, and also a fly out. There are 2 outs, big caught stealing. And 1-0 the count. The pitch is missing outside, 2 balls and no strikes. Really surprised Fremont tries to steal third so much with left-handed batters up there, because it's a great vision for the catcher. He can step right into that right-handed batter's box and make a strong throw, and it was an easy out at third. Pitch misses off the inside part of the plate, and early command issues for Marcus Miller. We didn't really see that too much. He did walk 3, but most of those came late. He was pretty dominant the early innings. Here he's already given up a couple of base runners and in danger of giving up a second walk in this inning. 3-0 delivery on the way, and this one inside for ball 4. So back-to-back walks after the air. Sodbusters still have a chance to get out of this with no damage done if Miller can find a way to retire Time and Long. He's a guy that Sodbusters saw plenty of the first weekend. .222 hitter on the year with a couple of doubles. He's scored 5. He did not have much success against Hastings in the first 3-game series. Went 1 for 7. Runners at first and second, nobody out. Fremont trying to jump on top. It's been an uncomfortable habit here at home to fall behind. Off-speed pitch. That's beauty, is swung on and missed for Time and Long, giving up 3 first-inning runs to Fremont. in the finale of the 3-game series to open the season. And then yesterday, giving up a couple of runs to the Nebraska prospects. Tough to play uphill all the time. 0-1 delivery, that's inside. 1 ball and 1 strike on Long for the Fremont Moo. Long out of Sioux Falls, South Dakota, College of Southern Nevada prospect. He played for the Coyotes, an outstanding junior college team. 42-14, that team went. Here's a high fly ball, left center field gap. On his horse, center fielder for the Hastings Sodbusters. Ty Matson runs it down, and no damage done. Couple of F8s in the inning, a caught stealing, and all of that results in no runs. On no hits, there was 1 error, and 2 men left. We're at the bottom of the first, no score, and this is Sodbuster Baseball.
Buster Baseball is sponsored by Jerry Spady Chevrolet GMC. It's one of the many ways Jerry and Greg Spady, along with their families and employees, have proudly embraced a passion for giving back to the community. The folks at Jerry Spady Chevrolet GMC realize the importance of enriching and improving the lives of their neighbors. They've accomplished this through philanthropy and active personal involvement. Featuring the top new and used inventory in the region and a certified service department, Jerry Spady Chevrolet GMC, 2750 Osborne Drive East in Hastings, or at spady.com. Make your next pit stop at the Coach's Corner, a friendly staff and a deep lineup of snacks. You can find Coach's Corner in North Hastings on Osborne Drive East. More than just a gas station, Coach's Corner is the place to get delicious pizza made fresh for you and your family. Don't take our word for it. It's so good it'll be featured at selected Sodbuster home games this season. For a convenient and clean experience, be sure to check out the new convenience store in North Hastings, Coach's Corner.
This is Sodbuster Baseball. It's sponsored by Aloe, Pepsi, and Coach's Corner. Steve Stein, Ryan Valenta, and the whole engineering crew up here. We've got a new toy to play with that gives us a little radar gun action. Going to have exit velo, and appreciate Scott Galush and his willingness to do a little investment. So we'll have some opportunities to play with that during the course of this year.
Yeah, it's getting, like you said, getting some new toys. We got the Score Bug yesterday. We get Flight Scope today. And in front of Connor's computer right here, you get to see all the pitch speeds, spin rate for all of you baseball savant nerds. We'll see if we can find a way to put those online to follow live. But yeah, just a lot of cool data that we can look at now and get to see pitch speed. For example, Marcus Miller, his fastest and slowest pitch differed by 20 miles an hour. Fastball topping out at around 80 and the off speed, some of them not even hitting 60 miles an hour. So
Sodbusters saw a trio of outstanding pitchers yesterday against the Nebraska prospects. They're going to face one of the top returning pitchers in the Independence League this year, Marco Ibarra. He is a returnee for this Fremont Moo squad, making his debut. Has joined the team since the opening weekend. He's out of California State Chico, Carson, California, his hometown. As the first pitch is fouled away, no balls, 1 strike. Ty Matson, the leadoff man for the Hastings Sodbusters, off to a 3-12 start. Had a multi-hit game yesterday as he doubled off the wall in left field. 2 for 5 with a run scored in that Sodbuster 14-5 loss to the Prospects. 0-1 delivery, and this one is lined to right field. Base hit. Good approach there for Ty Matson as the Sodbusters had a leadoff man aboard here in inning number 1.
There we go, opposite field hittings. What the right-handers of the Prospects did yesterday, it's what Matson does today. He is on base with his 6th hit of the year, now tied for the team lead. Rather second on the team in hits so far now.
He's got a couple of multi-hit games, and a good opportunity to do that here today as he gets a hit in the first. And now it's Marcos Cabranes. Cabranes doing the catching today, and he already has a caught stealing to his credit. As a bouncing ball left side, could be 2. Throw to second for 1, over to first. Double play. 6-4-3 Fremont. And when it's not going well, that's what happens. Ben Swales to Tyler Hummel, over to Henry Heyman, and that quickly the threat erased. 6-4-3. So 3 pitches thrown, 2 outs have been recorded.
Good stretch by Heyman at first. Pretty smooth for the middle infielders. Heyman had to stretch just a little bit in his first game. getting a how do you do, making sure you're all loose over there, Mr. Heyman.
Here's Gage Frank. He was the pregame feature with Ryan Valenta, and he takes strike one. No balls, one strike on Gage Frank. 7 out of 21 coming into today. 333. A couple of multi-hit games, including yesterday when he knocked in a run, went 2 for 4 in the loss to the Prospects. Hits this one hard, but right at the third baseman. He'll come up throwing, and the Sodbusters are down quietly here in the first as Tyler Harrington guns down Gage Frank, and we've played one complete. Fremont 0, Hastings nothing. This is Sodbuster Baseball.
Are you tired of lousy internet and faceless customer service? It's time to experience local, honest, hassle-free, and exceptional. That's the Allo promise. We not only provide crazy fast fiber internet, crystal clear TV, and dependable phone service, but we choose to become a part of the communities we serve and love when everyone calls or stops by our store to say Allo. So don't settle for mediocre, settle for exceptional with Allo. Visit us at allofiber.com/local.
Blue Fork Kitchen features elevated comfort food in a family-friendly, fast casual environment. With a full menu, you can sit down for a nice meal or order online for pickup. From salads and wraps to burgers and steaks, Blue Fork Kitchen has your kind of food. Open Tuesday through Thursday, 11 to 9 p.m., and Friday and Saturday, 11 to 10 p.m., with a special brunch buffet Sunday from 9 to 2 p.m. Blue Fork Kitchen is located in the Cimarron Plaza, 38th and Osborne Drive in Hastings. Like them on Facebook.
Sodbuster Baseball sponsored by Blue Fork Kitchen, Hastings College, core CPAs, and the Hastings Visitors Bureau. Head to the top of the second inning. It'll be Heyman, Sweet, and Kemper, the 6, 7, and 8 men in the lineup against Hastings Sodbuster left-hander Marcus Miller. Miller throwing 21 pitches, had to work around an error and a couple of walks to survive that first inning with no score, and that was kind of a victory for Hastings there, the way the last couple of games gone. Hastings very quiet in the bottom of the first. They did have a single, but erased on a double play, and just 5 pitches thrown for Marco Ibarra to get all 3 outs for the Fremont Moo. Gorgeous day. Wind blowing lightly in from center above that 408 sign. And the temperatures in the 80s. Just a picture-perfect day here as we approach the end of May. It'll be the Fremont Moo with Henry Heyman stepping in the right-handed box. Henry, making his debut, comes all the way from Melbourne, Australia. He played his college ball at Barton Community College, the Cougars down in Kansas, part of that tough Jayhawk West. And he still looking for his 4-year college stop. Maybe trying to attract some attention here with a solid summer in the Independence League, and he takes strike one. No balls, one strike on Henry Heyman. Making his Fremont debut, and the off-speed pitch is a little bit outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. So says home plate umpire Jason Seitz. I think it's the 3rd time Seitz has worked the plate here early in the year. Good umpire here in this Independence League. 0-1 delivery. Off-speed pitch is outside. He's had a variety of field umpires with him. Matt Overmiller is out there standing next to the first base coach for the Fremont Moo. 2-1 delivery on the way from Miller, and that's over but low. Now 3 balls and a strike on Henry Heyman. Mentioned the first base coach. That's Connor McGonigal. Ben Asher coaching at third for the Fremont Moo. Ben, the first-year head coach for Fremont. 3-1 delivery on the way. Off speeder, lofted high in the air, short center field, no chance for Matson as he comes up and fields it on a few hops. So Heyman, a good approach there, able to sneak one into center field, and the Fremont Moo have their first hit of the game.
Went to the off speed on 3-1, and Heyman maybe expecting fastball there, kind of just reaches down and pokes it into center field, and perfectly placed there for his first hit for Fremont.
So 1 on, nobody out, second inning, no score. Heyman leads away, and a curveball drops in there for strike 1. Braden Sweet at the plate now for the Fremont Moo. Sweet getting his opportunity, left-handed hitter against the left-handed pitcher as Braden Sweet coming into today at 333. Lines this one to the left side. The shortstop's got it on 1 hop. Throw to first, not in time. Too much speed. No chance for Grant Jones, and Braden Sweet beats out an infield single. 2 softly struck balls off of Fremont bats, but they both result in hits, and now the Sodbusters going to have to work here to keep it a scoreless game.
Number 23.
So first and second, nobody out, and Nick Kemper will come to the play. We'll see if he's up there bunting now. Sioux Falls product. He's out of Augustana University. That's a hometown school, as Augustana located in Sioux Falls. Pitch is taken upstairs. 1 ball and no strikes on Nick Kemper. Kemper 143, 1 for 7 on the year with an RBI, 3 runs scored. All of those at-bats coming against Casper. He didn't play against Hastings, joined the team for their weekend road trip to Wyoming. Off-speed pitch, catches the outside corner at the knees, and it's strike one. 1-1 on Kemper with Heyman running at second base, Sweet at first, a pair of singles to open the second. Fremont trying to jump on top against the Hastings Sodbusters. Hastings product, Marcus Miller, brings home the pitch. Big swing, no contact, a beauty for Miller, and it's 1-2. A strikeout would be mighty nice right here with Nick Kemper trying to come through and advance the runners at least. Infielders playing back, hoping for an atom ball and a double play. 1-2 the count, Miller brings it home. Taken high, and it's now 2 balls and 2 strikes on Nick Kemper. Kemper, DH today, is listed as a catcher on this Fremont Moo roster. Fremont, an outstanding year last year. They have had a winning record each of their years of existence. Off speed, called strike 3. Kemper not so sure, but he watches it go by, and it's a big time for the first strikeout of the game for Marcus Miller. So 1 out, 2 on. For the number 9 hitter, it's Tyler Hummel. Hummel, out of Nolensville, Tennessee, Colorado Mines, his university, a 125 hitter on the year with an RBI and 3 runs scored. Off-speed pitch, over for strike 1, and the crowd a little bit more involved here. This is the beer batter, and so if he strikes out, a beer special here for the fans in attendance. Just another of the added benefits to coming to a Sodbuster game. But you can't get the beer special if you're sitting at home watching this one. Line drive, right field. That's a base hit. A run will score. And rounding first will be Hummel, and Fremont will have runners at the corners as Tyler Hummel, good job of hitting it, taking it to the right center field gap. He gets an RBI. Heyman comes around to score. Sweet ends up at third, and Fremont has jumped on top by a score of 1-0.
Yeah, about fastball right at the quads on the outer third of the plate. Driving it the other way, just what you're supposed to do, and the pitch is right there. And that right field gap for any team, and especially Duncan Fields, always looms large, and perfect spot for extra bases and RBIs.
Just the 3rd hit of the year, but it's a big one for Hummel, who is able to bring home his 2nd run of the year, and that turns the order over for Hunter Palmer. Runners at the corners now. 1-0 Fremont on top. The pitch is way outside. 4 ball, 1 ball, and no strikes on Palmer, who flew out to center field his first time up. Something similar here would likely get the Moo their 2nd run of the game with a runner at third and less than 2 outs. Miller brings the pitch home. Hit high in the air right field. That could be deep enough. If it's a fly out, here comes the throw home, and not going to be in time. They'll try to advance the runner to second, and it will happen. It's a sacrifice fly right there as Marcus Cabranes could not bring in the throw. A decent throw on 1 hop from Gage Frank, but Cabranes could not field it cleanly. Backing up the play was Marcus Miller. Did a good job fundamentally what he needed to, but good base running for Fremont as they'll get Hummel into scoring position at second. So sac fly to right. Palmer gets an RBI. Braden Sweet scores. It's 2-0, and there are now 2 outs for Ben Swales. Swales takes a pitch outside for ball 1, 1 ball and no strikes. It's good fundamental baseball for Fremont. Able to get 2 runs on the board. Sacrifice fly with a runner at third and less than 2 outs to cash the opportunity. Now they're hoping to get a tack-on run here with one of their top hitters at the plate and an RBI chance. Here's the pitch. Taken inside for a ball. 2 balls and no strikes on Swales. Sodbusters had a great chance to get him out the first time up. He popped it up. It kind of drifted from foul territory into fair territory, and it was misplayed by Sodbuster first baseman and turned into the first error of the game and the only error to this point. 2-0 the count. Miller, a look at the runner. Pitch swung on and missed, went down and away with that fastball, and it's 2-1 on Ben Swales. Swales out of Tiffin, Iowa, sports and recreation management major. 2-1 the count. Off speed, and Swales could not hold up on that as he swings and misses. 2-2 on Swales. Ben Swales, pretty good time against the Hastings Sodbusters. 5 for 12 coming into today. 2-2 pitch. Bouncing ball right side, could be trouble, and it is going to be an infield hit. Everybody's going to be safe. Sodbusters had sent their second baseman to the bag to cover Zach Vital, and that bouncing ball in no man's land. Once it got by Miller, the pitcher, there was no chance. And I'm not exactly sure why Vital was going to cover second. I guess he was anticipating the throw back from the catcher, but it was a tough play for the Sodbusters, and it turns into an infield single, and the inning continues.
Yeah, that's the only thing I can think of. Perhaps Cabranes and Vital had a sign on at second, and hoping Swales to swing and miss and back pick Hummel at second, but not the case.
Swales, tremendous speed. You think he's probably going to be going right here. He already stole a base first time on, as Fremont could try to tack on some here and make this a huge inning. Quick throw over. Got to be aware of that runner at third. Handled cleanly by Cosella. So the wheels are turning here early for this very aggressive Fremont team. They don't have a lot of hard-hit balls, but they have turned it into 2 runs here in this second inning. Pitch way high and outside, and now 2 balls and no strikes. And you hope that the mental frame of Marcus Miller's okay. I mean, he prompts about the weakest of ground balls you can get, and the Sodbusters can't turn it into an out. Had a couple of other just little floaters that turned into hits this inning. 2 runs, 4 hits now. Pitch way outside. Swales totally fooled over at first base. He was bailing back to first, so Miller has him at least off balance, but Miller now behind Josh Blunt, and you can't get too concerned with Swales that you'll lose Blunt and lose focus on Blunt because he is an outstanding hitter. Runner goes. Pitch taken for a strike, fake throw, and they will concede that base with the runner at third because with the speed of that throw, there's no way they're throwing out Ben Swales anyway. The count 2 balls and 1 strike on Josh Blunt. So another steal for Ben Swales. He is 2 for 3 in stolen bases this game. Now runners at second and third. Off speeder, and Blunt is popping it up. Foul territory on the third base side. It'll reach the seats, and the count goes to 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2-0 here in the second inning with Fremont on top of the Hastings Sodbusters. Hastings trying to survive this second. Still down 2. A single for Heyman, an infield single for Sweet. Matter of fact, a pair of infield singles in this inning. 2-2 pitch. Just misses outside. Sodbusters would have taken it, but a good call there for the home plate umpire, Jason Seitz. Miller bearing down here. 3-2 the count on one of the better hitters on this team. 3-2 pitch. Sprayed foul. Blunt spoils that offering, and he'll see the 7th pitch of this at bat from Marcus Miller. Josh Blunt, he had a 3-hit game in Fremont when these two teams met. Went 3 for 5, 3 runs batted in. 3-2 pitch. Outside for ball 4, and they're loaded up as they will send the 8th man to bat in the inning in the person of Tyler Harrington.
Already 3rd walk for Miller this evening, and it's just been a problem that's plagued the Sodbusters all season so far. Just command issues. I mean, could be from anything. Just still getting loose in the summer. Could be the weather. I don't want to say that it's too hot here, but some guys playing up north, maybe you're not used to this warmer weather, and especially when you're pitching in the spring, you're not used to this warmer weather, but Sodbusters just need to start limiting those free passes. They're just shooting themselves in the foot, putting them behind the 8 ball so far in these early innings this season.
And when all is said and done, the Sodbusters still have a chance to get out of this inning with only 2 runs allowed, but it's a pretty big at bat with Tyler Harrington, who had to walk his first time up. If Harrington wins this battle, Fremont has a comfortable working lead. If the Sodbusters are able to get the out, keep it 2-0, I feel like that could go a ways toward turning the momentum in Hastings' favor. You're just looking for something to go right when you're 0-5 and you see an early 4 or 5 run deficit, and it could be a really tough day. First pitch, over but low. 1 ball and no strikes on Tyler Harrington. And a bunch of pitches thrown here for the Hastings Sodbuster left-hander as they try to find a way. This will be the 50th pitch thrown for Marcus Miller, and he's not gotten through the second. High fly ball, left field, starting out, coming in, making the play. is Calvin Johnson. And out of all of that, Fremont comes up with 2 runs on 4 hits. They leave them loaded. Head of the bottom half of inning number 2, and Fremont with the lead by a score of 2-0. And this is Southbuster Baseball.
Make your next pit stop at the Coach's Corner, a friendly staff and a deep lineup of snacks. You can find Coach's Corner in North Hastings on Osborne Drive East. More than just a gas station, Coach's Corner is the place to get delicious pizza made fresh for you and your family. Don't take our word for it. It's so good it'll be featured at selected Sodbuster home games this season. For a convenient and clean experience, be sure to check out the new convenience store in North Hastings, Coach's Corner.
Core CPAs is your locally owned, full-service accounting firm. Our team of professionals have years of accounting experience and focus on building in-depth relationships with our clients. Our comprehensive and customized solutions are tailored to your specific needs. We pride ourselves in our commitment to integrity, objectivity, and professionalism. At Core CPAs, we provide tax services, payroll, bookkeeping, assurance and financial reporting, and much more. Visit our website at corecpas.us.
Out of the bottom half of inning number 2, Southbuster Baseball brought to you by Blue Fork Kitchen, Hastings College, Core CPAs, and Hastings Visitors Bureau. Southbusters have 4, 5, and 6 coming against Marco Ibarra. And I'll tell you what, Ryan, just getting out of that inning, you kind of breathe a sigh of relief. Now you hope the offense can reward the pitcher there for working out of a jam and maybe get some runs on the board.
Yeah, a little bit longer rest than normal for a starting pitcher. We're already 25 minutes into game time, just starting the bottom of the 2nd inning, and some starting pitchers, they like the extra rest, get a couple extra breathers in. For some pitchers, they're itching to get back out on the mound, and that can cause some issues with their rhythm. So we'll see how Ibarra pitches after the somewhat extended top of the 2nd inning.
Well, let's put it in perspective. Marcus Miller has thrown 51 pitches. Marco Ibarra has thrown 5. First pitch swinging, and that's, one reason. Ibarra's just thrown nothing but strikes, and the Southbusters are going up there being aggressive, which I guess you like if it turns into a little success. Jones fouls the first pitch away, no balls, 1 strike on Nick. DH today, and in the left-handed box, and this pitch is across for strike 2, no balls and 2 strikes on Nick Jones. And like I say, the Southbusters have taken on one of the best guys in the Independence League from a year ago, and he has come out and looked very sharp in the early going. 0-2 pitch, bounces in there. His first ball thrown. It comes here in the 2nd inning.
So he is human. All right.
1 ball and 2 strikes, the count on Nick Jones, who's 4 for 17 early in this season. And he sprays this one foul. Count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes on Nick Jones. Against Fremont this year, 3 out of 13 did have a multi-hit game with 2 for 3, a double, and a run scored. His last outing coming against Spearfish when he went 1 for 4. That was on Sunday, only game they were able to get in. Jones lofts this one high in the air down the left field line. A long run into foul territory, making the grab Hunter Palmer. There's 1 out in the 2nd, and 4 up and 4 down for the Southbusters here against Ibarra.
Yeah, plenty of room for Palmer out in left field. Other ballparks with limited foul ground maybe might get in the stands, but Duncan Field, you've got, I'm going to say by my estimate, probably at least 30 feet on both sides to work with past the foul line. So you're hitting it foul, got to make sure you get it out in the stands here.
Cannon Coakley bats now and takes strike 1, no balls and 1 strike. He's the 3rd baseman for the Hastings Sodbusters out of Des Moines Area Community College. He is an Iowa guy. 1 for 12 this year, went 1 for 8 against Fremont in the first 3-game series, and takes this pitch in the dirt. 1 ball and 1 strike to count on Cannon Coakley, college teammate of our Sodbuster Spotlight today that Ryan did with Gage Frank. You can check that out on Twitter or Spotify. 1-1 delivery. Bouncing ball, right side, 1 hopper, well played. Throw to first in time. 2nd baseman Tyler Hummel takes care of Cannon Coakley, and 2 quick outs in the 2nd. 2-0 Fremont on top. Sodbusters trying to avoid their 2nd straight 1-2-3 inning with Zach Vitale coming to the plate.
Number 17, Zach.
2 runs, 4 hits for Fremont. No runs, 1 hit, 1 error for the Hastings Sodbusters, as stepping into the right-handed box, Zach Vitale, Northwest Oklahoma State player. Potential pre-physical therapy major in college, and he fouls the pitch back here for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike. Ibarra's done a great job of getting strike 1 and a lot of times strike 2 here in this first couple of innings. 0-1 pitch on the way. High and tight. They do appeal down, but No swing for Vital, and the count goes to 1-1 on Zach Vital. Talked about the lack of speed for Marcus Miller. Marco Ibarra brings it. Beauty here on the pitch, and the count goes to 1-2 on Zach Vital. Vital, right-handed hitter against the right-handed pitcher Ibarra, and the pitch. And he went around there for strike 3 as Ibarra able to strike out Vital. His first strikeout in 2 innings. The Hastings Sodbusters have gone quietly the first 2 frames against Ibarra. After 2 complete, it's Fremont 2, Hastings nothing. This is Sodbuster Baseball.
Let's face it, we move our bodies around a lot. And sometimes things happen. A tweak, twist, pull, strain, ache, or pain. At Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care, their goal is to restore your mobility, keep you moving, and ensure your rehabilitation is effective, efficient, and stress-free. Do you suffer from headaches and neck pain, lower back or sciatica? Call Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care today. Start to discover wellness through chiropractic care. Fisk Chiropractic Sports Clinic.com. Start feeling better now.
Hastings College has reimagined everything. As a sophomore, you'll spend part of a semester studying abroad, and they'll cover the cost. Recognizing it's a digital world and how you learn, they'll give you an iPad Pro and Apple Pencil, tools that'll help you engage, whether you're on campus or in Paris, plus internship opportunities and professors who mentor you. Hastings even provides books. At Hastings College, you'll go somewhere. Go to hastings.edu/discover for more.
Head to inning number 3. The Fremont Moo on top of the Hastings Sodbusters 2-0. And with the next couple of frames, here is Ryan Valenta.
Welcome to Duncan Field, where we are in business for home game number 4 for the Hastings Sodbusters. Welcome in a group down the first base line from Adams Central tonight, part of the I Love Schools night. And good to see them in attendance. A full line and a full playground down the first base line as we are set to start inning number 3. Fremont leads 2-0 on a pair of runs in the second inning on 4 hits. And Sodbusters have gone 6 up and 6 down in their 2 plate innings. 1 hit erased on a double play, and here's Timon Long, first pitch swinging fouled. Marcus Miller back out to work. A little bit of a longer second inning for Miller, as he's thrown 52 pitches in 2 complete innings and just a bit outside there. Miller, we've seen miss glove and arm side so far in the game, as that pitch on the inner chalk doesn't get the call. 2-1 to Timon Long, doing the catching for the Fremont Moo today. There's the 2-1, softly hit, charging Jones at short, on the run throw, and that's off the mark. And Long will advance to second, backed up by Vital, but no chance to get him. And if I had to guess, infield single error, advancing the throw there to second base, but nonetheless, Long advances to second as the ball trickles away from Cusella at first base, who's seen his first action in the field today and already had a couple tough chances. Lost a pop-up, perhaps in the sun, and not able to get that throw from Jones at short. So an error.
Yeah, error all the way. No infield single. The official word from Andy, the statistician for the Hastings Sodbusters.
All right, Andy, I believe you. Count goes to 1-1 on Henry Heyman. As we mentioned, making his Fremont debut, singled in the second and came around to score the first run of the evening. As Miller steps off.
That's one of those weird statistical anomalies. If Jones charges in and has it bounce off his glove, you almost give an infield single there because of the way he had to charge it, but he fielded it cleanly and had plenty of time, and he would have been out on a good throw, and so that's why you pretty much have to give the error.
Okay. So time was called and no pitch there. Wave and a miss, and Heyman chased ball 2 right there. On the pitch on the outer. Pitch pretty much in the left-handed batter's box. Comes up empty. Oh, Miller ahead now, 1-2. And fouled off Heyman in the box, so he'll get another swing. Wind probably the quietest we've had today at Duncan Fields. Flag barely drifting in the wind, but not really directional, so hope to not be too much of a factor today. Count goes to 2-2, and a wild miss there. Not enough to induce a swing from Heyman. Runner at second is Timon Long in scoring position, nobody out. So 2-2, fouled back our way and just off to the right. Long on these pitches, just a little off. Here's the 2-2, and that's upstairs and tight. Oh, Miller works the count full, and a little bit of grumble from the crowd, and you can imagine their frustrations mounting. Just Sodbusters not able to get in a groove yet this season. Rope to left field, coming in is Johnson, and he can't make the play. Ball is bobbled, and Timon Long coming around to score, and the throw is cut off, and that'll be an RBI single for Henry Heyman. He now has 2 hits, and he has his first RBI in a Fremont Moo uniform. Fremont goes up 3-0 on the RBI single.
So the error comes back to roost as the error putting a man on first and then into scoring position at second, and Heyman makes him pay, and there's still no one out here in inning number 3, and we've had to say it way too much trying to minimize the damage here in this inning.
Bingo. Yeah, Johnson not playing it super cleanly left, might have been able to perhaps get the ball in quicker, maybe throw Long out at the plate or at least hold him at third, but nonetheless, Fremont now has 3 runs. Braden Sweet, the batter. 0-1 is slashed foul. Sweet, the right fielder for the Moo. Playing in just his 3rd game this season. He's also made an appearance on the mound as well, so two-way player for the Moo. 0-2. Off speed is fouled off. Head on a swivel there, fans. We're getting some easy souvenirs. Yeah, the Nets can't catch everything. Count remains at 0-2. Miller picks off to first. And back in safely is Heyman. Mentioned Fremont, obviously a threat to steal. Coming into the game, 13 stolen bases. Already 2 today, both by Ben Swales. Miller delivers ball 1, and we'll take a stroll to the back of the mound and reset. Count 1-2, and another foul ball. Sweet hanging in tough there. So the count remaining at 1-2. Miller approaching 70 pitches on his outing. And if you're Joel Skipper, head coach for the Sodbusters, you had to use 5 pitchers yesterday. Don't want to use more than you have to today. 1-2, swing and a miss. Elevated fastball, and Sweet chases. He strikes out for out number 1. Runner remains at first. Here's Nick Kemper.
Second strikeout of the game for Miller, and it's been tough to get it by these Fremont Moo guys. They foul off a lot of pitches to help elevate that pitch count.
Kemper designated hitting from the left-handed batter's box. Takes ball 1. Kemper in the second inning was caught looking on the aforementioned first strikeout for Marcus Miller. 1-0, way inside, and for ball 2. Kemper just 1 hit on the year, a single, drove in a run. Just making his 3rd game. So Heyman at first, count 2-0 in favor. That pitch is in there for a strike. Fastball just at the top of the zone for strike 1. Miller now over 70 pitches. He still just has 1 out, and that pitch way inside again, and Kemper not even thinking about a swing there. And this is a Fremont team that's not afraid to get hit by pitches either. 18 hit batters for the Moo this season. That's on the batting end. 3-1 is swung on and missed. Fastball high and tight, and Kemper comes up empty. The Miller now goes to a full count. Just 1 out. We'll see if Heyman's on the run. Not going. Called strike 3. Right there, Kemper flipped the bat away thinking he had ball 4, but that's right there. Can't get a much better pitch than that, and Kemper is retired for the 2nd straight time on strikes. There's 2 outs now. Man still on first for the Moo.
Miller trying to get out of this inning with no more damage done. Nice bounce back after giving up the reach on error and the RBI single.
Pop up, first pitch swinging Tyler Hummel on the right side. Vital, the second baseman, gives way to Gage Frank in right field. Down to a knee, makes the grab. And Hastings gets out of it with just the 1 run allowed. Fremont does score 1 on a hit. They now lead 3-0, and Hastings will bring 7, 8, and 9 coming up to the plate on Sodbuster Baseball.
Sodbuster Baseball is sponsored by Jerry Spady Chevrolet GMC. It's one of the many ways Jerry and Greg Spady, along with their families and employees, have proudly embraced a passion for giving back to the community. The folks at Jerry Spady Chevrolet GMC realize the importance of enriching and improving the lives of their neighbors. They've accomplished this through philanthropy and active personal involvement. Featuring the top new and used inventory in the region and a certified service department, Jerry Spady Chevrolet GMC, 2750 Osborne Drive East in Hastings, or at spady.com.
Hi, I'm a baseball umpire. My job can get pretty stressful. I have to keep my eyes open at all times, and if I don't make the right call, people boo me. So to relax, I visit a Nebraska lottery retailer like this one and buy some scratch tickets. It always calms me down. Hey, you cut in line.
I did not.
All right, you're out of here.
Hey, he didn't cut.
All right, you're out of here.
I feel better already. The Nebraska Lottery. Top prize odds vary by game.
Beautiful day at Duncan Field. Thanks for spending your Tuesday evening with us. I'm Ryan Valenta with Steve Stein in the booth, bringing you home game number 4 for the Hastings Sodbusters. They trail 3-0, and they go back to work against Marco Ibarra, who's been very, very good so far. He's faced the minimum through 2 as he faces Grant Jones to start off the 3rd. Off speed is in there for a strike. Jones yesterday had a single in 5 trips to the plate. Chopped to the right side on a short hop. Great play by Henry Heyman, picking that ball pretty much right off the ground and stepping right on first for the outs. 2 pitches retires Grant Jones.
And it will be the 20th pitch thrown for Marco Ibarra here in the 3rd inning, as he's already retired 7.
It's 2 different tales starting pitching so far for each side. First pitch swinging is Caden Cusella, two-way player for the Sodbusters, pitched in last night's game. Now gets the start at first base today. 0-1, down the right field line and foul. Cusella, high school senior, attended Grand Island, be a freshman at Hastings College in the fall. Getting his first action on the field today. 0-2, right in there for strike 3, caught him looking. And Cusella knew it, he'll head back out to the dugout. And that is 2nd strikeout of the day for Ibarra.
Nasty stuff from Ibarra, who's hitting almost 90 miles an hour with his fastball. That was a pretty good curveball right there.
Yeah, curveball looks like it's coming right at you, and next thing you know, you're headed back to the dugout. Calvin Johnson bats for the Sodbusters. Takes ball one and swings and misses at strike one. Johnson seen his first start for the Sodbusters, has appeared in one game so far. Came on to pinch hit and has an RBI, but still yet to get a hit in a Sodbuster uniform. He's down 1-2. Johnson playing left field today. Awaits the 1-2. Right there for strike three, perfectly placed at 86 miles an hour from Marco Ibarra. He is to face 9, and he has faced the minimum. Fremont ahead 3-0. They lead. We'll go to the 4th inning. You're watching Sodbuster Baseball.
Hastings Sodbusters Baseball's in full swing, bringing you another fun-filled summer of high-level collegiate woodbat baseball at historic Duncan Field. A great way to spend a summer evening with your families at a Sodbusters baseball game. Go online to HastingsSodbusters.com for their home game schedule or to purchase tickets. Hastings Sodbusters Baseball. It's a hit.
Got the spirit of the game. The Hastings Sodbusters.
There's nothing like relaxing on a summer day. Nothing like taking in a Hastings Sodbuster baseball game. And there's nothing like an ice-cold Pepsi to make the day perfect. Pepsi Cola of Hastings wants to make your nothing like be the best day it can be, whatever the occasion. Enjoy your favorite refreshing Pepsi product throughout the Sodbuster season and make your nothing like memories. Pepsi Cola of Hastings, a proud sponsor of Hastings Sodbuster Baseball.
Top of the 4th inning at Duncan Field. Sodbusters bring back out Marcus Miller. He'll see his 4th inning of work, and for Fremont, they will start the top of the order for the 3rd time this evening. Hunter Palmer, Ben Swales, Josh Blunt due up for the Moo. Miller so far given up 3 runs on 5 hits. As what we've noticed from 3 other home games at Duncan Field, 1st, 2nd, and even 3rd inning runs have been a problem for the Hastings defense. But still very much in this game. Just hang a couple of zeros and hopefully get to the great starter on the other end. Hunter Palmer swinging first pitch and lining it to Jones at short, and long throw will not be in time. Perfectly placed ball, and Palmer beats out the infield single. He's aboard for his first hit of the evening. And for the 2nd straight inning, Moo have their leadoff man on.
3rd time in 4 innings, in fact, this Moo squad has been able to get their first guy on, and it just feels like Marcus Miller has been throwing pressure pitches throughout his outing, upwards of 80 as he gets set to go against Wales.
And like we mentioned, not too many hits have been really hard hits, just perfectly placed for Fremont so far. Palmer bluffing at first. He stays. Now he's going. Cabranes throws down to second, and it hits Palmer and scoots away, so he'll have a stolen base. Palmer not initially going, but the pitch in the dirt, and Palmer didn't think twice. He swipes second base.
Officially be a wild pitch since that ball was in the dirt and Palmer wasn't going initially, but one way or the other, runner in scoring position. You love the turf ball read there for Palmer, who does exploit that to get into scoring position.
3rd straight inning, runner in scoring position for Fremont with nobody out. Swales to Jones at short and makes the play. On a line, but Jones right there to grab it out of the air and keeps Palmer at second. Big first out for the Sodbusters.
Nice to see something bounce the Sodbusters' way. There's a little humpback liner, and the Sodbusters able to field that to get a big first out here in the 4th.
Now here's the guy you don't want to face with runners on and in scoring position, no less. Josh Blunt. First pitch, chopped high. Miller makes the play, tosses to first in time for out number 2. Palmer does advance to 3rd, but about as soft as contact as you can get, and That's a big second out there. Good play by Miller to get off the mound.
Miller again has thrown really well this inning. You had that infield single deep in the hole, but then a little line out and a ground out, a chance to get out of this with no damage done if he can find a way to get Tyler Harrington retired.
Oh, Tyler Harrington on the day. 0 for 2, reached on an error in the third and came around to score. Ball one is inside from Marcus Miller. Miller now over 80 pitches in 2 2/3 inning pitched. It's his game right now, though. No action in the Sodbuster bullpen. Off speed misses. Harrington, one of two Moo, making their offensive debut today. Off speed, nubbed foul. Way out in front of that one, and count goes to 2-1.
One-stop shop for all your vehicle needs with locations in Grand Island and Houston.
Miller ready with his 2-1. Here it is. Soft fly ball. This is going to be trouble. But Vital backs up nicely, and that ball just died right off the bat, and Vital makes the play in short right field. Fremont leaves a man on third, and Hastings posts a 0-3-0 Sodbuster top of the lineup coming up after this.
Are you tired of lousy internet and faceless customer service? It's time to experience local, honest, hassle-free, and exceptional. That's the Allo promise. We not only provide crazy fast fiber internet, crystal clear TV, and dependable phone service, but we choose to become a part of the communities we serve and love when everyone calls or stops by our store to say Allo. So don't settle for mediocre, settle for exceptional with Allo. Visit us at allofiber.com/local.
Blue Fork Kitchen features elevated comfort food in a family-friendly, fast casual environment. With a full menu, you can sit down for a nice meal or order online for pickup. From salads and wraps to burgers and steaks, Blue Fork Kitchen has your kind of food. Open Tuesday through Thursday, 11 to 9 p.m., and Friday and Saturday, 11 to 10 p.m., with a special brunch buffet Sunday from 9 to 2 p.m. Blue Fork Kitchen is located in the Cimarron Plaza, 38th and Osborne Drive in Hastings. Like them on Facebook. You're watching Sodbuster Baseball, bottom of the fourth inning coming up. Hastings will send 1, 2, and 3, Ty Matson, Marcos Cabranes, and Gage Frank up to Marco Ibarra. 3 innings. He's been almost perfect so far. He's faced the minimum. Leadoff single by a guy coming to the plate, Ty Matson, was erased on a 6-4-3 double play, and Ibarra's been perfect since. Time to get something started. Seen the lineup once. Now the Sodbusters have a little better idea of what Ibarra brings. Ball one outside. Ibarra sitting in the middle to upper 80s with that fastball. As that pitch bunted foul. Probably ball one there, but that off-speed fooled Matson, not able to pull back. So count at 1-1. Here's a pitch, fouled back our way.
Being a realtor is easy with Nebraska Realtor because you truly invest in our agents. Call one of our dedicated agents today.
Count goes to 2-1. Here's the pitch, off speed, lifted, out of play on the right field side rather. Matson putting up a good fight here. We'll see a fifth pitch here from Ibarra. From the windup, Ibarra pitches ball 3 upstairs. Full count pitch, and we'll see another one. Good battle by Matson. It's right on there and just coming up a little short. Matson, new guy on the roster, high school senior, from Palomar Community College, California kid. And he fouls off another one. He'll see another pitch. Matson on the year with 6 hits now, tied for second among all active sodbusters. And another foul ball. They're getting closer to fair territory, but just down the left field line. And couple towards third base coach Joel Skipper. Head on a swivel down there, Skipper. But we'll do the full count pitch again. Ibarra delivers. And another foul ball. Matson is right on those fastballs, just not able to put it between the lines. Three-two again, and it got him swinging. Off speed there, took a little something off. Looks like a changeup there at 79, and Matson ahead of that one. Forced strikeout for Ibarra.
Quite a battle there. To put it in perspective, Ibarra had only 26 pitches thrown coming into the inning. He hit double digits in pitches against Ty Matson that time before finally winning that battle.
Yep, 10-pitch battle won by Ibarra, and here's Cabranes. Swinging first pitch. Sodbusters swinging at the first pitch a lot so far, and why not? A lot of middle fastballs, but only one hit to show for it so far. Cabranes ready for the 0-1 up the middle, and that's a base hit. Cabranes with a Sodbusters' second hit of the game. That's a 1-out single. And perfectly placed right between the two middle infielders. I'll bring up Gage Frank.
He almost gave an assist there to Ty Matson. It made Ibarra work so hard that finally Ibarra put one over the plate that was in a hittable spot and able to make him pay with Cabranes.
Gage Frank is the hits leader for the Sodbusters. 7 hits on the year. Fly ball softly to center field, coming on his blunt, and that'll fall in front of him. And make that hit number 8 for Gage Frank as he gets the third Sodbuster hit, second in a row. And offense has something cooking here in the fourth.
And how about let's finish the deal? Yeah, your leadoff guy struck out after a great at-bat, but now 2 and 3 have singles. Nick Jones, see if he can find a gap and pull back a little bit closer, trailing 3-0.
Jones fouled out to the left fielder his first at-bat, had the day off yesterday. It's on the first pitch, ground ball to the right side and through for a base hit. Cabranes rounds third, he will try to score. The throw to the plate is not in time. Cabranes in standing as there's an RBI single from Nick Jones. And Sodbusters have their first run of the evening. It's 3-1 Fremont.
Second time through the order, totally different as Matson really making Ibarra work, and then 3 straight singles, and the Sodbusters have the tying runs on with only one man out here in inning number 4.
After the strikeout to start the inning, 3 consecutive Sodbuster singles, and still have a threat with 2 on. Here's Cannon Coakley. Big swing and a miss for strike 1. Coakley on the year now 1 for 13. His one hit, a homer. That was against Fremont in the opening series. 0-1 is just off the plate. Good spot there. Well, Coakley will try to get his second RBI and maybe more here. Faces a 1-1 count. Ibarra looks over to second and deals. Off speed, down and away. With 2-1 now. Sodbusters, 1 hit in 3 innings. Now have 3 hits this inning. Ibarra with another long look at second. 2-1, and that's fouled.
Newer pre-owned service and parts. Work with Hastings Ford Lincoln and experience the new way to life.
We're ready to go again. Ibarra Facing a 2-2 count to Coakley. Ground ball to the left side and just foul past third base. And we'll try again.
Probably fortunate right there. I think the third baseman would have been able to get over and step on the bag. Harrington may have had an opportunity at 2 there if he could get a quick throw to first.
Yeah, last thing you need if you're the Sodbusters is something that I won't say for fear of speaking it into existence.
You mean double play?
No, that's not what I mean. Not at all. 2-2 to Coakley. Swing and a miss. Off speed. Takes care of Coakley. And for the second out. And for Ibarra, his 5th strikeout of this outing.
I'm a glass full kind of guy. There will be no double play this inning.
All right. Can't get a double play unless you're going for 4 outs this inning now. And now it's up to Zach Vitale. He bats with 2 on and now 2 outs. Pitch just misses outside. A lot of close pitches, and according to us, we believe our flight scope up here, Sites is calling them correctly. Very good behind the plate officiating so far. And a pickoff, but nobody's there. So Frank at second, Jones at first after his RBI single. Vitale waits the 1-0. Off speed, that bends right in there for a strike. It's breaking balls in the inner half of the plate. I mean, not a lot of guys have seen these quality of pitches. Like we said, it looks like it's coming at you or going to be way inside, and then it's a strike. Count even at 1-1. Vitale takes ball 2 upstairs, 2-1. Biggest opportunity for the Sodbusters so far. Already 3 hits in the inning, looking for more. Defense playing straight away for the Moo. Pop up on the infield. Swales under it at shortstop, and he makes the catch for out number 3. Hastings is on the board. They get an RBI single from Nick Jones, but they strand 2. They now trail just 3-1, and we'll have the 5th inning, and GM and owner Scott Galusha will be up here with Steve Stein after this. You're listening to Sodbuster Baseball.
Make your next pit stop at the Coach's Corner, a friendly staff and a deep lineup of snacks. You can find Coach's Corner in North Hastings on Osborne Drive East. More than just a gas station, Coach's Corner is the place to get delicious pizza made fresh for you and your family. Don't take our word for it. It's so good it'll be featured at selected Sodbuster home games this season. For a convenient and clean experience, be sure to check out the new convenience store in North Hastings, Coach's Corner.
Core CPAs is your locally owned, full-service accounting firm. Our team of professionals have years of accounting experience and focus on building in-depth relationships with our clients. Our comprehensive and customized solutions are tailored to your specific needs. We pride ourselves in our commitment to integrity, objectivity, and professionalism. At Core CPAs, we provide tax services, payroll, bookkeeping, assurance and financial reporting, and much more. Visit our website at corecpas.us.
Top of the 5th inning, Marcus Miller back out to work for the Sodbusters, and he will face 5, 6, and 7 for the Fremont Moo coming up.
As Miller will throw his 85th pitch of the game, Marco Ibarra has thrown 50 pitches now, but 24 of those coming in that 4th inning. The Sodbusters really made him work with Ty Matson to 10-pitch at bat before striking out back-to-back-to-back singles, getting a run home, as Nick Jones able to single home Marcos Cabrantes for the lone run of the inning and of the game for the Sodbusters. 3-1, Scott Galusha, owner GM, joining us. Appreciate you coming up, Scott, and we'll see Fremont bat in the 5th inning. And pretty courageous effort in progress here from Marcus Miller, who prompts the first pitch strikes. It's thrown pretty well, had to battle, and hasn't had a whole lot of luck or help at this point.
Yeah, both, really. I mean, they have 6 hits, but 3 of them are infield singles. And so those are a little bit bad luck things. But he'll tell you, and I talked to him between the 2nd and 3rd inning, too many 3-ball counts. I mean, for Marcus to be successful, and he's battling for us tonight, doing a pretty good job. But he's got to get ahead, and he's got to pitch to contact, and that's what he does best.
Timon Long has reached base on an error. He is 0 for 2 with a run scored, and part of the problem, I mean, Miller, 3 straight innings, this Fremont team has been able to get its leadoff man aboard. It feels like every pitch Miller's thrown has been a pressure type of pitch.
Exactly.
And he, again, has had to go deep in the count here. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Timon Long.
And that's not like Marcus. I mean, he had a really good year for Joel at Hastings College, and he understands Duncan better than anyone, and he knows that he just needs to stand up there and fill it up. And he's trying to be a little too cute, trying to be a little too perfect, and that's understandable. It's definitely a step up in level, but you can't try to be too perfect.
3-2 pitch on the way, and this one is hit sharply to the left side. That's off the glove of Grant Jones. That's a single into left field. Another one of those kind of plays that, that they've had a lot of ones that have just been in the holes. You just kind of tip your hat and that's a single.
They haven't barreled him up very much. They hit the one ball hard out in I guess it was left center field a little bit early in the game that Ty Madsen ran down. But other than that, they've just put the ball in play and hitting the ball in the right spot. And we got to just keep getting ground balls and hopefully get a double play.
Henry Heyman, 2 for 2 with an RBI and a run scored. Takes ball 1 ball and no strikes on Heyman as we are in inning number 5. Sodbusters trail it 3-1. And I know it was a very tough outing for the team yesterday, and a little bit of a conversation afterwards, and a rare occurrence today. We'll talk about that as this inning progresses. Scott Galusha, what happened today?
Well, we just decided that we needed to get back to some fundamentals, and we actually had a legitimate practice today. We had a ton of ground balls. We worked on some fly balls. We worked on some communication situations, and just wanted to kind of just make sure that everybody knows what we're trying to do and try to get back to the fundamentals a little bit. And I thought the guys did a really good job. They liked it. They got a lot of work in. So, I say it all the time, and it's not just because of clean single there. Ooh.
Ball bounced to the left fielder. It bounced in and out of the glove, and this Fremont team does a great job of taking the extra bases. It's a single for Henry Heyman. It's pretty decent job for Calvin Johnson to get that weird hop behind him, but then it bounced off of his glove, so you almost have to give an error for Long to get to third, so that'll be the third error of the game.
I've taken over Ryan's scorebook, and I think that's E7. Yep. You have to do it because I think he was not going to third until the bobble, and unfortunately that's the way it goes. And two swings, and again we've been under pressure all day, and that's the thing. We just haven't had enough comfortable innings. They've done a really good job at fighting every bat and making Marcus work really hard, and that's a sign of a good team. And we know Fremont's a good team. They're well coached. They do what they do, and they don't hit a lot of home runs so far this year, but they're really having a lot of what I call quality at bats.
Braden Sweet up there now. He had an infield single his first time up, scored a run. He's also struck out as the 0-1 pitch on the way. It's bounced to the left side. Another tough play. Jones throws to second. They get the force play there on a bang-banger. Heck of a job for Grant Jones to throw it over to the second baseman. Vital covering, and that gets the out there, and the runner stayed at third base, so the run does not score, and there's one out.
What a fantastic play. That was a difficult play. He had to come in hard. He had to field it on a difficult hop, moving the wrong way, and again, we've made some really good plays. I'm not sure we've made enough of the regular plays yet, but we've seemed to making some better plays, and I feel a little bit better about things. That's a good play for Grant after made a mistake a little bit earlier, and so he's made 2 really good plays over there.
Nick Kemper with a couple of strikeouts against Miller, and the off-speed pitch across for strike 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. Runners at the corners. Fremont on top 3-1, trying to get that run back that the Sodbusters got in the 4th.
Stevie, that was Uncle Charlie at 59-8.
Yep.
But you know what? It doesn't matter. The game. Everybody today wants to look at the radar all the time, and I understand. But the art is keeping them off balance. And Marcus does a good job. Marcus knows who he is, and he knows what his job is, and he did a nice job there. I wouldn't mind throwing that again, actually.
And it's about 20-mile-an-hour difference from his fastball.
Yeah.
So
he did. He threw it again.
Grounder to the second baseman, 4-6 to get the out. They can't complete the double play, not hit hard enough off the bat of Nick Kemper, so a couple of fielder's choice grounders. This will score a run. Kemper gets an RBI as Timon Long scores from third base, and Braden Sweet is forced at second, so Kemper aboard as it is going to be Tyler Hummel coming to the plate. 4-1, Fremont on top here in inning number 5.
You know, when you're struggling, and our guys are struggling, and a little bit, you get back in the game, and then a mistake and a couple ground balls, and they get a run. And those are things that we're not doing, and those are small things that we know we can control and get better at, and I know we're going to get there because this is a good crew. I told them last night, you said it was a little team meeting late last night. It wasn't really planned. It just kind of worked out. But the key was, let's go have fun. Let's do what we know how to do. And I think we're going to get there.
Fremont has out-hit Hastings 8-4. They lead at 4-1. And 1-1 pitch is bounced back up the middle, right on the bag. It's second. Jones grabs it and gets it for the force to end the frame.
Hey, three straight fielder's choices.
Yep. It'll be 1 run on 1 hit. And 1 man left. It will be an unearned run because keep in mind that runner advanced from second to third. And like I say, that's the way it's gone for the Sodbusters. It seems like every mistake has turned into a run.
Yep.
If that runner doesn't advance to third, that bouncing ball is probably going to be a force out at third, and the next ground out doesn't score a run.
Yeah, and it's little things. And we both been around baseball a long time, but those things add up in a hurry. It's the attention to detail. It's understanding the situation. It's, do you have to attack a ball super aggressively, or is this a play that we can just casually keep in front of us? And we're just not quite playing clean enough baseball. And when things are going bad, those things cost you a run. And now that 3-run lead is right back, and we got to work hard at the bottom of the lineup here.
And 105 pitches thrown for Marcus Miller, likely the end of his day.
That'll be the end of his day.
As he does end up giving up the 4th run. That will be an unearned run, so the number of hits given up is 8 because he gave up 2 hits in that inning, 1 run on 2 hits, and he ends up striking out 3 in the contest for the Hastings Sodbusters. Didn't walk a man the last couple innings, so kind of got that righted after those first 3 innings.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Marco Ibarra just joining the team, and Sodbusters lucky enough to get to see him come back as he was one of the top pitchers in the Independence League last year. And to tell you, that 4th inning, though, a good job for the Sodbusters to make him work. Ty Matson, even though he struck out, kind of set the tone for the inning, I thought. Has kind of made Ibarra work, and then Ibarra gave up the 3 straight singles.
Yeah, 9 or 10 pitches, and that's a quality at bat, and those are the things that we track. And those are getting better, but we just need to get more of them and understand some things situationally.
It is the first free pass issued. A hit batsman, Marco Ibarra, plunks Grant Jones. So Jones aboard for the first time today after grounding out his first time up. Bottom of the order, 7-8-9. Sodbusters trying to come back. They trail it by a score 4-1. We'll see what Casella and Johnson can get done with the runner at first and nobody out in the person of Grant Jones. So Ibarra disappointed with that particular outing. I kind of had to go back and see what Ibarra did in the spring. He really struggled mightily at that college in California.
Yeah, I was surprised because he was so...
I did too. Just watching him pitch, I'm thinking, how in the world is he 0-5 with an ERA over 10?
Yes, I saw that too, and because he was so consistent for him last year. And jokingly, I think this is my 5th year. I feel like he's been pitching for them since I started. He must have signed a lifetime contract, but for whatever reason, when he gets that orange uniform on, he's pretty solid.
2-0 the count here on Caden Casella. Casella pitched yesterday and now playing the field today. He's a Grand Island guy getting his first opportunity to play in the field. Just graduated high school, playing for Joel at Hastings College.
Yeah.
Pitch taken upstairs 3-0. Better have a take sign on here, young man. Down by 3 runs in the 5th.
That is a take sign. That's the sign of a billboard. I don't know.
Scott's going to go right down there now if he's swinging at the swing.
Yeah, he looked at his he should know that ahead of time, that's a take. And matter of fact, frankly, if this isn't a perfect pitch, it should be a take again based upon the situation and what's going on. And we want to get that pitch count up with him a little bit, try to get in that Moo bullpen. So this better be 1 pitch, 1 spot here.
3-1 delivery on the way, and it went after perhaps ball 4-1 up high. Did not get a good swing on that. It's now 3 balls and 2 strikes. Ibarra had 26 pitches the first 3 innings, 24 pitches in the 4th.
yeah, we've making him work a little harder, having a little bit smarter at bats, and he's getting a little bit tired as well. And
runner goes, swing and a miss. A strikeout, but Jones takes second. Good run there for Grant Jones. So 3-2, kind of rolling the dice a little bit. Had a chance to strike him out, throw him out, double play. Jones will get the stolen base, and Casella went after one, probably out of the zone, up high.
Yeah, I think he only saw one strike in that. And again, he's a young kid, just came out of high school, and he wants to impress us. And that's the one thing that we're trying to preach to some of these guys is quit trying to do more than you're capable of. Just go out and play baseball. And unfortunately, tried to do a little too much, and didn't even get a swing that he wants to have out of it. Kind of both half-heartedly jobs, and so that's just experience, and we're going to get better, and he's going to get better for it as well.
Calvin Johnson up there now, swings and misses, and the 0-1 pitch across for strike two. It really feels like that, Ibarra against the 8 and 9 hitters. Casella and Johnson a little bit overmatched at this point. Ibarra, here's a D1 guy facing the bottom of the order, and Casella and Johnson probably haven't seen too many like this guy.
No, you don't see a lot of that at Grand Island High School. And Calvin has some experience, but again, this is his first at bats in a little while, and unfortunately, that's a sign of a good pitcher and a well-coached team. We're going to be really aggressive at the bottom of our lineup, and so hopefully Ty can bail us out a little bit. And he's had a couple good at-bats tonight. He's got a clean single in the first at-bat and really good at-bat second one.
Johnson, 3-pitch strikeout, brings up Ty Matson, who did strike out his last time up, and he swings and misses at ball one here as he went after one down low. And Ibarra, he hit the first man he faced, but has come back, strikeout, and now strike one to Matson, who is 1 for 2 on the day, has one of the 4 Sodbuster hits.
And this is a kid who just graduated high school too, but he looks like he's ready and doing good things. There we go. Hey, thank goodness. What a nice
ball in the dirt. Jones advances on the wild pitch, and then it's thrown into left field by Timon Long, and the Sodbusters take advantage of a little error for Fremont. It seems like that's another thing. The opposing team has had hardly any errors against the Sodbusters, and the Sodbusters give it a gift right there with a wild pitch and an error.
I tell you what, give Grant Jones credit on that one, because first of all, that was not an easy read, and he made a great read going to second or going from second and forced the bad throw, and that's just good baseball.
So Sodbusters do get a run back without the benefit of a hit. Now base is empty for Matson as Matson trying to find a way to get on and ignite a 2-out rally. 4-2. Sodbusters have single runs in both the 4th and 5th, and pitch fouled back. Matson right on top of that one, but does stay alive, and O'Barra probably thinks, oh no, here we go again. Yeah. Matson worked the count very well as last time to open up inning number 4, but eventually O'Barra won the battle on that 10-pitch at bat.
And then, like I was saying before the Grant Jones play, this is a freshman. He came here, practiced, met his host family, flew home for his high school graduation, and came back and meet us in Fremont last week. And this is a high school freshman that doesn't look or act or play like a freshman. He's ready to go.
3-2 pitch, down low, ball 4. Excellent at bat for Ty Matson.
Excellent at bat. Just again, those sorts of things are just high IQ baseball, and you don't see that a lot from a kid who literally is 18 years old. Maybe I got to check even. He might even be 17.
Yep.
But a great at bat again, and he's had 3 good at bats tonight, and that's what you want out of the leadoff position. And then we bring up our 2 best hitters here.
Marcos Cabranes trying to keep it going. Had a 6-4-3 double play his first time up, but then singled and scored the first Sodbuster run back in the 4th. We're now in the 5th, and you turn Matson loose here at first base to get into scoring position. You saw Jones steal a base earlier in this inning, and maybe you try to get the stolen base from Matson, so easier to bring him home on just a single to the outfield.
I tell you what, I think if Marcus gets behind, and again I haven't got signals from Joel yet, but I think if Marcus gets behind, if he gets 2 strikes, 1-2, 0-2, I think you might take a chance and just see if you can have maybe force another mistake, and if he gets thrown out, then you got Marcos with a new at bat.
Marcos is at the plate. Ibarra trying to get out of this inning with only 1 run allowed. It is an unearned run. Throw over to first base, and that is not in time as he's thinking the same thing. Matson with a moderate lead, able to get back in plenty of time right there under the tag of first baseman Henry Heyman.
It's a little better lead, but still not as good a lead as I would like him to get.
He'll go. Pitch is lined to center field, and that is going to be a hit.
Good read.
Here goes Matson to third. He will reach. Runner trying to advance first to second, and he'll do that. The ball gets away. Here comes the throw home, and Matson is going to be out by about 4 steps. So Sodbusters, well, they would have had second and third, but just trying to take that extra base. Couldn't quite get it done, and out of all of that, the Sodbusters will get 1 run.
Darn it.
Yep.
That's and I'm sure Joel's disappointed in that too, but that's a read play. And when you saw that ball go by, by the time we say yes or no, it's typically too late, and you got to trust your guy, and must have got a good bounce off the net. I can't see it from here, but unfortunately they didn't go our way. But hey, we're still in the game and playing better, and not trying to do too much at some of bats, and right back in the game, and hopefully second half we can win one.
All right, thank you very much. Scott Galusha coming up, and we appreciate him and his opportunity to join us. Going to be a new pitcher for the Hastings Sodbusters when we come back. This is Sodbuster Baseball.
Let's face it, we move our bodies around a lot. And sometimes things happen. A tweak, twist, pull, strain, ache, or pain. At Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care, their goal is to restore your mobility, keep you moving, and ensure your rehabilitation is effective, efficient, and stress-free. Do you suffer from headaches and neck pain, lower back, or sciatica? Call Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care today. Start to discover wellness through chiropractic care. FiskChiropracticSportsClinic.com. Start feeling better now.
Head to inning number 6. The Hastings Sodbusters do claw back a run in that 5th inning, and there'll be a new pitcher coming in for Hastings. It's 4-2 Fremont as we turn things over to Ryan Valenta.
Good to see the Sodbusters hang one on the board, but a little too greedy there at the last out there as Sodbusters run themselves out of the inning there. New pitcher for the Sodbusters, Adam DeBoer. DeBoer pitched pitch for the Sodbusters once this season. Went 3 innings in relief. Gave up 4 runs to the tune of a 12 ERA. Walked a batter in 4 strikeouts. And big number there is allowed 4 stolen bases, and wouldn't you know it, most of them are to Ben Swales. So have to keep the base runners in check for DeBoer as he makes his 2nd appearance. DeBoer at Southeast Community College, the Storm, a Beatrice native. Just completed his freshman year and goes to work on the mound against Fremont. As always, thanks to Scott for coming up and talking with us. A couple new things, courtesy of our owner Scott. We're, as mentioned, using that flight scope today. Get to see all those advanced metrics, pitch speeds, exit velocities, spin rates, all that good stuff. So far, so good. Oh, no problems there. So we are ready to go in the top of the 6th inning. 4-2 Fremont. Here is Adam DeBoer. And there's a strike on the outside edge. Hunter Palmer making an appearance, 4th time through the Sodbuster lineup. Ground ball up the middle and through for a base hit. And a leadoff man is on for Fremont. Palmer singles in back-to-back plate appearances. And more of the same. That is now... Yep, that's now 5 straight innings. Every inning except the 1st inning, the Fremont leadoff man has reached.
Pretty good day going for Palmer. He's got 2 hits and a sacrifice fly to bring home a run as they're in the spot of their order they really like with 2, 3, and 4 coming up.
Here's Swales, takes ball 1 upstairs. Fremont, threat to steal on the bases. The man out first with 4 stolen bases on the year. Takes ball 2. Palmer 4 for 5 in stolen base attempts this year. As Fremont looks to keep the pressure on, they trail by 2 runs. Palmer dancing around at first. A long look and Swales calls time.
Yeah, if you could time your throw over there, great chance to get Palmer, but can you do it?
Here's the 2-0 pitch, wave and a miss. Actually caught a piece of it, so foul tip into the mitt, but Swales not expecting that pitch. 2-1. Palmer on the move, and a foul ball, so stolen bases all for naught. Palmer will return to first as DeBoer now strike away from retiring Swales. DeBoer shaking off numerous signs, now has the one he wants, and fastball fouled back.
Nebraska Realty continues to help buyers and sellers by providing the tools and resources to safely and responsibly.
The sun has set at Duncan Field. Lights are on in full display. And pickoff throw to first is late. Got to be certain that's one thing that coaches Skipper and Coranda talked about with DeBoer after his last outing. Those 4 stolen bases, just giving Fremont easy passes. It's what Fremont's done all season and what they'll continue to do. Their forte is running the bases. And the pickoff throw gets away, and Palmer heads down to second, and he'll throw on the brakes there. Casella not able to handle that. That'll be the third sodbuster error on the pickoff. And now Palmer at second base in scoring position with nobody out. Count's now full to Ben Swales. This time Cabranes calls time. Good crowd here at Duncan Field. The right field line filled with Adams Central red here at Duncan Field. Payoff pitch from DeBoer is called strike 3. And Jason Seitz punches out Ben Swales on the inner part of the plate. That off speed just gets the front door, and Swales is retired for out number 1.
Other scores in the Independence League. Badlands with the lead over Oahe. 3-0. That's in the second. Casper has an early 1-0 lead on the Prospects. That game is in inning number 3.
First pitch strike to Josh Blunt. Speaking of Casper, we will see them this mid-weekend weekend. 3-game series coming up on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Palmer at second. Blunt takes strike 2. Pitch right at the top of the zone. Gets the call. Blunt on the day, just 0 for 1, couple of walks, and a ground out back to the pitcher. His last time up. 0-2 from DeBoer on the way. Ground ball to the left side. Jones, it takes a funny hop, and Jones can't handle it. And everybody is safe. Palmer goes to third, and looks like Jones at short just took his eye off it too soon, perhaps trying to get Palmer at third. And wouldn't you know it, that's another error for the Sodbusters.
Ben Ruff has the 4th error of the game. We've seen Fremont commit its first error, that allowing the Sodbusters to get a run back, but now Fremont an opportunity at a crooked number here in inning number 6.
So 1 out, double play in order for Tyler Harrington. Hitless today, walk and a couple of flyouts. Flyout and a pop-out, rather. So he's 0 for 2. Takes ball 1 from DeBoer. So Blunt at first, Palmer at third. Blunt with a couple of stolen bases, and that pitch gets away from Cabranes. Coming home is Palmer. He will score standing up. Blunt to second. And 5 runs now for Fremont. And they get that run right back from the Sodbusters, and the lead is back to 3.
Unfortunate, the Sodbusters just never able to put the 0 on the board to try to get the momentum in their favor. Hastings scores in the 4th, they score in the 5th, but each time Fremont comes right back.
Count is 2-0 now on Tyler Harrington. DeBoer ready, and that's foul. Off to the right side.
At Graham Tire, we are proud of our heritage and work very hard to protect our excellent reputation.
DeBoer working quickly. It's a foul ball there.
Foul ball.
Tomorrow, Hastings will travel to Fremont. And we'll welcome them back on Thursday for the final game of a home series.
Brewer Pre-Owned Service and Parts. Work at Hastings Ford Lincoln and experience the new way. Goodbye.
4 games this weekend for the Sodbusters. The aforementioned Moo will be here on Thursday, and Casper Friday, Saturday, Sunday, before Sodbusters will have 4 days off and then a 3-game road trip to Oahe. 2-2 to the right side, but drifting foul. No, it's a fair ball just down the line. And coming around to score is Blunt. Harrington hits the burners on his way to third. The ball gets away from the cutoff man, so Harrington will be in standing. That ball looked like it was slicing foul, but just on the line of the right field. And if you place a ball any perfectly like that, you will be hitting triples, no problem. Another run for the Moo. Their lead now grows to 4. They lead 6-2.
And when you're 0-5, that's what happens. It's an RBI triple just inside the line, down the right field line. If you're 4-2 or 5-2, that probably ball's going to go foul.
When it's going good, it's going good, and the same applies to the opposite. Hastings not able to get any consistent rhythm, any positive rhythm rather, so far. DeBoer delivers foul to Timon Long. Long 1 for 3, singled and reached on an error. And came around to score in the 5th. So DeBoer is now allowed 2 runs here in the top of the 6. A swing and a miss, as Long is disposed of on 3 pitches. Fastball high and tight, gets the swing. For DeBoer, his 2nd strikeout of the inning.
Number 16,
Henry Heyman comes up. Another guy, in addition to Harrington, making his Moo debut. Couple of hits in the 2nd and 3rd innings, and was retired in the 5th. Foul ball in the stands. Everyone's all right. Close call there, but no foul there. So Heyman batting in back-to-back innings. Still a runner on 3rd for Fremont. Harrington's there with 2 outs. Sodbusters an out away from going to the 6th inning. 10 hits for Fremont now, just 5 for Hastings. Heyman waiting, Harrington dancing off 3rd. And that off speed, breaking ball rather, floats in there for strike 2. So right there, Heyman looking for something else and was fooled there. DeBoer strike away. Here's the 1-2. And that's fouled right back at the Fremont dugouts.
Hastings College alumni are difference makers in Hastings across the country and around the world. You can find our Broncos everywhere.
And we're ready to do it again. The 1-2 from DeBoer, and that hits him. Off speed, got away from DeBoer and plunks the batter there. Heyman will get first. And that brings up Braden Sweet. 2 on with 2 outs for Fremont.
Perfect day in progress for Heyman. 3 hits, an RBI, a run scored. Now he's aboard again, and Fremont, with their aggressive nature, don't discount the fact that they may be trying some sort of double steal right here. We'll see what the Sodbusters do. See Cabrandas come out and flash the signs to the middle infielder on who may take this throw, or if the Sodbusters may throw it in front of second base to try to cut off that run at home.
Cabrandas with a good arm, as we've seen already, from shortstop and behind the plate. Runner not going, and look out, Sodbuster dugout now. As that just misses over the dugout. Runners at the corners. Working quickly as DeBoer gets the swing and a miss from Sweet. Quickly ahead 0-2, DeBoer. That's fouled. Sweet on the day with a single and a strikeout. Big lead at first for Heyman. He's on the move. And a swing and a miss for strike 3. DeBoer gets the strikeout. Strikes out 3 in the inning, but not before 2 come across to score. Fremont adds 2 more. They lead by a score of 6-2. Bottom of the 6th coming up. You're watching Sodbuster Baseball.
Sodbuster Baseball is sponsored by Jerry Spady Chevrolet GMC. It's one of the many ways Jerry and Greg Spady, along with their families and employees, have proudly embraced a passion for giving back to the community. The folks at Jerry Spady Chevrolet GMC realize the importance of enriching and improving the lives of their neighbors. They've accomplished this through philanthropy and active personal involvement. Featuring the top new and used inventory in the region and a certified service department, Jerry Spady Chevrolet GMC, 2750 Osborne Drive East in Hastings, or at Spady.
Hi, I'm a baseball umpire. My job can get pretty stressful. I have to keep my eyes open at all times, and if I don't make the right call, people boo me. So to relax, I visit a Nebraska lottery retailer like this one and buy some scratch tickets. It always calms me down. Hey, you cut in line.
I did not.
All right, you're out of here.
Hey, he didn't cut.
All right, you're out of here.
I feel better already. The Nebraska Lottery. Top prize odds vary by game.
Bottom of the 6th inning at Duncan Field. Sodbusters will continue to face Marco Ibarra, who has pitched 5 very solid innings. Faced the minimum through 3. Sodbusters tagged him for 1 in the 4th, 1 in the 5th. See if we can continue that trend going. All right, Sodbusters' 4th time through the order. We'll bring up Gage Frank, 3rd time rather, as Frank takes ball 1. Frank on the day with a ground out and a single. Was left stranded in the 4th inning. Pitch is outside for ball 2. 2-0 to Frank. Frank picked up his team-leading 8th hit in his last appearance. That ball is hit a lot to left field. Going over is Palmer near the fence, and that'll 2-hop against the wall. Frank on board with a double, and perfectly placed right at the 370 sign. And that's what you want to start off the inning, a leadoff double. And for Gage Frank, more of the same, getting on base.
2nd and 3rd time through here. The Sodbusters are having a little more success against Ibarra. Ibarra faced the minimum through 3 innings, but now a single and a double for Frank. The last 2 times he's seen Ibarra, and the Sodbusters have their leadoff man aboard for the 2nd straight time.
Well, Frank was at the plate when Run was trying to score Matson at home. That's a good way to reset and get your team, pick your team up there. 6th hit for the Sodbusters. Here's Nick Jones. RBI single back in the 4th. Jones takes outside for ball 1. 1-1. Jones having the day off yesterday. Back at it. Righty to the lefty. Swing and a miss. 85 on the lower third of the strike zone. Gets the swing and miss. Count now 1-2. Ibarra now at 75 pitches through 5+. Poke to the left side and through for a base hit. And Frank will have to hold up at third. He had to hold up, make sure that ball got out of the infield. And for Jones, a 2-hit day for him. And Sodbusters have something cooking. First and third with nobody out.
What a tremendous at bat for Jones. It did not get a great swing on it, but was able to keep the barrel back and just little looping liner in a perfect spot. And now the Sodbusters with a huge chance here with runners at the corners.
Here's Cannon Coakley. First pitch to him is fouled off. Coakley hitless today, ground out and a strikeout. He was struck out with 2 ons to end the Sodbuster threat in the 4th. He bats in a big spot now. Got to chip away, get those runs back. Ground ball to the shortstop. They go on to second for 1, on to first, and Coakley's out by a quarter step. The double play scores Frank. No RBI for Coakley, but the Sodbusters do get that run, as they've now scored in 3 consecutive innings. It's 6-3 Fremont.
The good news for the Sodbusters, the top 4 in the batting order have 7 hits. The bad news is the bottom 5 in the batting order have 0 hits.
It's a tale of 2 opposites for the Sodbuster lineup. Just not able to get the bottom part of the order going, which will play crucial later in the season for Joel Skipper's lineup. Up the middle, base hit for Zach Vital, as he is aboard his first hit of the game. And Sodbusters with their 3rd hit of the inning.
I'll take credit for that. Bottom 5 of the batting order, no hits, and there goes Zach Vital saying, take that. 1 for 3 on the day for Zach, who's been one of the more consistent hitters for this Sodbuster team through the early part of the year.
Vital not doing too much with the ball, just putting it right back where it came from. For Vital, his 7th hit of the season. First pitch to Grant Jones. He's on the outside edge for a strike. Breaking ball just catches the outer half. Jones, a lefty, just like his brother, Nick. Fly ball to left field. Palmer, a step or 2 over. He's there to make the grab to end the Sodbuster inning. They score another. Sodbusters chipping away. They just need that defense to hold strong and put up a 0. 7th inning coming up. You're watching Sodbuster Baseball.
Hastings Sodbusters Baseball's in full swing, bringing you another fun-filled summer of high-level collegiate woodbat baseball at historic Duncan Field. A great way to spend a summer evening with your families at a Sodbusters baseball game. Go online to HastingsSodbusters.com for their home game schedule or to purchase tickets. Hastings Sodbusters Baseball. It's a hit.
Got the spirit of the game. The Hastings Sodbusters.
There's nothing like relaxing on a summer day. Nothing like taking in a Hastings Sodbuster baseball game. And there's nothing like an ice-cold Pepsi to make the day perfect. Pepsi Cola of Hastings wants to make your nothing like be the best day it can be, whatever the occasion. Enjoy your favorite refreshing Pepsi product throughout the Sodbuster season and make your nothing like memories. Pepsi Cola of Hastings, a proud sponsor of Hastings Sodbuster Baseball.
6-3 Fremont head to the top of the 7th inning. New pitcher for the Sodbusters is Connor Scholes, making his Sodbuster debut. Freshman from Highlands Ranch, Colorado, attends San Mateo. Just like Marcus Miller, similar stature and not too big either. We'll look to see what he has in store for his Sodbuster debut. So Sodbusters with a great chance to get even more runs back in the bottom of the 6th. They have to settle for 1 run on 3 hits in the inning. Right-hander Scholes to Mountain Vista High School, now attending College of San Mateo. Just finished his first year for the Bulldogs, as he was reliever for them, pitching 5 2/3 inning to a 9.53 ERA, 6 earned runs, and 4 strikeouts with no record. Well, he'll look to make a name for himself, kind of a sidearm delivery across the body, as we've seen from other pitchers around the league. Well, welcome to Hastings, Connor Scholes.
Number 23, Nick Kemper.
All right. For the Fremont, in the top of the 7th, they'll bring up Nick Kemper, the 8-hole hitter. Tyler Hummel waits on deck, and Fremont will turn over the lineup for the 5th time. Scholes ready, Kemper ready. Here's the first pitch. The fastball, which misses out on the edge. The pitch at 85 miles an hour. So Scholes with that short frame, generating some velocity. No question about that. Pitch to Kemper's in the dirt for ball 2. 2-0. Something we haven't seen much at Duncan Field. No wind at all. The flags spread out in the outfield and center field are completely still. While the breeze feels nice here in the press box, it's troublesome for outfielders. I'll have a little more peace of mind tracking down those fly balls. Well, Scholes has missed 3 straight, and his 4th is ball 4. So an inauspicious start for Connor Scholes. Pitches 4 straight balls to Nick Kemper.
Hey, Ryan, guess what? Fremont's got the leadoff man on.
That's 1, 2, 6 consecutive innings, albeit the first inning.
That's crazy. Well, it's amazing they've only given up 6.
Yeah, 10 hits, 6 runs. Same thing we thought the prospects yesterday. I feel like they should have had a lot more from what they actually got. There's an off-speed pitch for a strike. Slider in there at 75, and yet to see the off-speed from Scholes. Kemper at first. Foul ball. So the beer batter is down 0-2. And this will likely be the last opportunity for fans to take advantage of the beer batter. The 0-2 from Scholes, fouled off to the right side. And Hummel will see another pitch. Six to 3 Fremont. Fremont scores 2 in the 2nd, 1 in the 3rd, 1 in the 5th, 2 in the 6th. Hastings with a run each to the 4th through 6 innings. 0-2, swing and a miss. 85 upstairs, and Hummel is struck out. And the fans very pleased with that one, as 2 for 5 beers here at the ballpark. Can't ask for a better Tuesday night.
Maybe the biggest cheer of the night. The strikeout of Tyler Hummel, and first strikeout of the Sodbuster career for Connor Scholes, back to the top of the order for the Moo.
So a lot better bounce back as Scholes on 4 pitches gets rid of Hummel. Pitches behind Hunter Palmer. That pitch got away from him. Palmer batting for the 5th time. 2 for 4, a couple of singles preceded by fly out and an RBI sac fly. Scholes looking into the dugout, perhaps for signs.
They're just arriving, so he's probably still unsure of the signs. A fastball.
I say it's, for all you know, you could say one thing and mean the other.
That's right.
Let's say if you're a Major League Baseball fan, a couple years ago in spring training, where now, let's say, just needed the rosin bag. There it was.
Oh, okay.
But back to my point, Trevor Bauer in spring training was literally telling hitters what pitch he was going to throw, putting the glove for a fastball, and they still couldn't hit it. So if you've got the stuff, you can do that. But not sure it's at that point here in college summer league baseball, but we're having fun. That's what it's all about. Pickoff throw is late to first. Well, Palmer will step back in with a 2-0 count. Kemper the runner at first. Pitch is on the outside edge for a called strike. Scholes gets strike one. Daylight's running out in Hastings, and Sodbusters trying to put another 0 on the board. Fremont has scored in 4 of the 6 innings so far. They lead by a score of 6-3. Three-1 pitch. Fly ball to right center field. That's actually going to stay on the infield. And Casella makes the play at first for out number 1. Second pop-up he's had to handle, and puts it out way this time for out number 2.
Great pitch there from Connor Scholes. He had that little shaky start, a 4-pitch walk, but since then a strikeout to pop up, and we'll see if he can find a way to get Ben Swales out. Swales has reached a couple of times today.
Swales, the speedster on the team, has already stolen 2 bases today. And runner goes before the pitch is thrown, and no chance to get Kemper. Timed that perfectly as Kemper able to get down to second base. Now a runner in scoring position, and all Swales has to do is poke one in the outfield to get a 7th run home. Wave and a miss. And Swales is fooled by that pitch. Count goes to 0-2.
The way things have gone this season, you see that uncontested stolen base. Feel like the next guy may just come up and bloop it to the outfield and make you pay for it.
Yeah, but it's all a game of mentality. Can you bounce back from a mistake like that? That same pitch, that's bounced in there for ball 1. Swales on the day, reached on an error, singled, had a line out to short and struck out looking his last time up. 1-2, swing and a miss. Fastball, the upper half of the zone, 85. And Swales is down on strikes for the second time today. 2 strikeouts in the Sodbuster debut for Connor Scholes. He hangs a 0. And for the Sodbusters, they've scored in the past 3 innings. They'll look to make it 4. Well, right after this is Sodbuster Baseball.
Are you tired of lousy internet and faceless customer service? It's time to experience local, honest, hassle-free, and exceptional. That's the Allo promise. We not only provide crazy fast fiber internet, crystal clear TV, and dependable phone service, but we choose to become a part of the communities we serve and love when everyone calls or stops by our store to say Allo. So don't settle for mediocre, settle for exceptional with Allo. Visit us at allofiber.com/local.
Blue Fork Kitchen features elevated comfort food in a family-friendly, fast casual environment. With a full menu, you can sit down for a nice meal or order online for pickup. From salads and wraps to burgers and steaks, Blue Fork Kitchen has your kind of food. Open Tuesday through Thursday, 11 to 9 p.m., and Friday and Saturday, 11 to 10 p.m., with a special brunch buffet Sunday from 9 to 2 p.m. Blue Fork Kitchen is located in the Cimarron Plaza, 38th and Osborne Drive in Hastings. Like them on Facebook. Seventh inning stretch here in Hastings as the Moo will bring on a new pitcher, and the Sodbusters will run into a buzzsaw. This is Trey Nichols, and if you were with us a week ago, Nichols got the start against the Sodbusters, and all he did was throw a complete game, 1-run, 9-inning complete game. Nichols was excellent. as he just allowed 5 hits, did not walk a batter, and struck out 8 against the Sodbusters, who went down quietly in the home opener. And Sodbusters will bring up 8, 9, and 1, and we have a pinch hitter. This is Josh Printer making his Sodbuster debut. Printer, sophomore, hails from Mountain Home, Arkansas. A lot of Arkansas guys on the roster. Fouled back to the screen on the first pitch. Went to Arkansas Little Rock, went to Allen Community College and played some ball at Arkansas Little Rock too. Well, Printer replaces Caden Cusella. So we will see some defensive changes after the half inning. Second foul ball rather, as Printer now down on the count 1 and 2.
Sodbusters also going to have Lane Shires batting in the 9 spot in the order, so they'll have back-to-back pinch hitters here to open the 7th.
Called third strike, and just like that, Printer's retired on 4 pitches, and Nichols strikes out his first batter of the evening, and here indeed is Lane Shires. Shires on the year, playing in his 5th game. Just 1 hit so far, a single. Knocked in a couple and scored a couple runs. Bunting and perfectly placed down the third base line, and there will be no play as Nichols not able to make a throw to first. Playing small ball here at Duncan Field can do you wonders, and that was a perfectly placed bunt as Shires is aboard with 1 out.
And what do you do when you're 1 for 12? You see the third baseman playing back. You need some runs. Great job, great spot. You know Trey Nichols is going to be around the plate, so you're probably going to get 1 to bunt, and it was perfect. And now the top of the order, which has been pretty good, will have a chance.
Well, Shires on at first. Nichols out of the stretch. Foul ball. Shires with a stolen base on the year. As a matter of fact, I believe that is the only Sodbuster stolen base coming into the game so far. There's a called strike. Count goes to 0-2.
Grant Jones joining that club today with a stolen base for the Sodbusters.
So now just 2 stolen bases on the year for the Sodbusters. 0-2, high and away. Ty Matson. Matson in the 5th, trying to score on some bad fielding by the Moo, but was thrown out by plenty at home plate, trying to get another run. Nichols ready with his 1-2. Ground ball to the shortstop. On to second for 1, on to first for 2, and a double play. And that is the third double play that the Sodbusters have hit into as they are erased in the 7th inning. They go quietly, facing the minimum. We go to the 8th inning. Sodbusters down 6-3.
Make your next pit stop at the Coach's Corner. A friendly staff and a deep lineup of snacks. You can find Coach's Corner in North Hastings on Osborne Drive East. More than just a gas station, Coach's Corner is the place to get delicious pizza made fresh for you and your family. Don't take our word for it. It's so good it'll be featured at selected Sodbuster home games this season. For a convenient and clean experience, be sure to check out the new convenience store in North Hastings, Coach's Corner.
Core CPAs is your locally owned, full-service accounting firm. Our team of professionals have years of accounting experience and focus on building in-depth relationships with our clients. Our comprehensive and customized solutions are tailored to your specific needs. We pride ourselves in our commitment to integrity, objectivity, and professionalism. At Core CPAs, we provide tax services, payroll, bookkeeping, assurance and financial reporting, and much more. Visit our website at corecpas.us.
We head to the Eighth inning, the Hastings Sodbusters are on the short end of a 6-3 score as Fremont with the lead. Sodbuster defensive changes. We saw Printer bat in the 8th spot in the batting order. He has been lifted apparently, as it is going to be a substitution there, as Corbin Rich is going to be at first base and Lane Shires will stay in the game and play left field. Pretty good debut for Connor Scholes. He comes out and after a 4-pitch walk was able to set down the next 3, and he will get another inning after that. Put a 0 on the board. Much needed 0. Every time the Sodbusters scored, they saw that squad from Fremont bounce back with runs. Sodbusters did get a run in the 6th inning and able to put up a 0 in the 7th, but the Sodbusters could not keep the trend continuing as they have just single runs in the 4th, 5th, and 6th. We're now in the 8th inning. It's Steve Stein, Ryan Valenta from Duncan Field as we bring you home the final 2 innings of this one. The Sodbusters on the short end, 6-3. They've been out hit 10-9 of the game. 4 errors have not been good for this Sodbuster team. That's 9 errors the last 2 games here on this homestand. Sodbusters will be on the road to Fremont tomorrow, back home to Fremont Thursday, then the Casper Spuds in town for a 3-game weekend series Friday, Saturday, and Sunday as the Spuds taking on the Nebraska Prospects today, while Badlands battling it out against Oahe, the other games in the Independence League. Fremont, they send their 3, 4, and 5 hitters up there. Josh Blunt reached on an error his last time up. He's been on base 3 times, a pair of walks. Overall, he is 1 for 2 in the game. As the right-hander, Connor Scholes is set to go. Looks in at Cabranes, the catcher, and brings it home. And this is outside for ball 1, 1 ball and no strikes. 8th inning here at Duncan Field. Sodbusters trying to rally and pick up their first win of 2023. Fremont coming into this game 4-2 after a sweep of the Sodbusters. They went 1-2 at Casper and really took a limited roster up there. Didn't have many subs and really ran out of pitching in a hurry there in the altitude at Casper and kind of struggled a bit as they ended up losing the opener of that series 14-5. Won the second game, but then lost the third game 9-2. 2-0 pitch on the way. And this pitch is taken low. 3-0 the count now on Josh Blunt. Blunt reaching on an error his last time up, came around to score the second run of the 6th inning. We're now in the 8th, 6-3 the score. Fremont on top of the Hastings Sodbusters as Scholes winds and delivers. Across for strike 1, 3-1 the count on Josh Blunt. That first game of the series in Casper putting up a 6-run third inning to take command. See some big run innings. Some of those games in the Mountain Time Zone. The pitch fouled away, 3-2. Fremont had 9 in the second. In the second game of that series, took a 10-0 lead and went on to the victory by a score of 14-7. 3-2 pitch on the way for Scholes. This one is bounced to the right side, but foul. Corbin Rich over to play it. He'll get it back to his pitcher. It remains 3 balls and 2 strikes on Josh Blunt. As Rich now in the game at first base for the Hastings Sodbusters, the Northeast Hawk and the Kearney High Grad. Sodbusters pinch hitting in the 8 and 9 spots in the batting order. Scholes likes the sign. He brings home another 3-2 pitch. And check swing. And went around for strike 3 as down goes Josh Blunt.
Good pitch. Fastball. Would have been ball 4. Flight Scope had that. Couple balls link off the plate, but definitely went around there. And as a hitter, you just think it's nothing more defeating when you know you swung at ball 4 and now you just committed the first out of the inning. But good start for Scholes.
Tyler Harrington, an RBI triple his last time up. Overall 1 for 3 in the game as he bats in the right-handed box and takes ball 1, 1 ball and no strikes, making his Moo debut as he is a Division I prospect. Alabama Birmingham will be his next stop at his college adventure. 1 ball and no strikes, the count as Scholes winds and delivers. Right across for strike 1, 1 ball and 1 strike on Harrington with Timon Long also scheduled to bat here in the 8th. Sodbusters need 3 to tie, 4 to win if they can put a 0 on the board here in the 8th and 9th innings. Scholes brings it home. Way outside for ball 2, 2 balls and a strike on Tyler Harrington. Hastings goes to Fremont tomorrow. Fremont returns the trip on Thursday in this split 3-game series, split site series. And then it's the Casper Spuds in town for 3. 2-1 pitch. missing, 3-1. A little bit low on that offering as Marcos Cabranes asks for another baseball. He'll toss it back out to Scholes, and Scholes going to have to battle back here. Another 3-ball count in inning number 8. Had a 4-pitch walk to the first man he faced, but bounced back to get the next 3, the 9-1 and 2 hitters. A strikeout here in the 8th, but he's fallen behind and pitches low. So a 5-pitch walk issued to Tyler Harrington, who's aboard for the 3rd time today, and Timon Long will come to the plate. Long is 1 for 4 on the day, a couple of runs scored out of the 5-hole in the Fremont lineup. 6-3, the Moo on top, looking to add a little bit of insurance here with 1 on and 1 out. Sodbusters trying to put a 0 on the board as Fremont has scored in 4 innings, did not score in the 7th. Sodbusters have 3 one-run innings in the 4th, 5th, and 6th, and pitches missing, 4 ball 1, 1 ball and no strikes on Long, and that's been one of the issues for Sodbuster baseball. They have not been able to put any big innings together, just have not been able to string anything together. 3 one-run innings today, even when they have the opportunities, strand a lot of runners. Pitch is fouled away. 9 hits on the day, but just 3 runs. Fremont has just 1 more hit than Hastings, but 3 more runs. They've taken a 6-3 lead, a 1-1 count now on Timon Long, the catcher for the Fremont Moo. As Scholes working out of the stretch, making his Sodbuster debut, and brings it home. It's outside for ball 2, 2 balls and a strike on Timon Long. Standings coming into today of teams that can make the playoffs. Badlands is 5-1, Fremont 4-2, Casper 2-1, Spearfish 1-3, Oahe 1-5, and the Sodbusters 0-5. You've got the Prospects and the Sockeyes both going to be playing league games, but they'll not be eligible for the postseason as they'll just play limited series all on the road. For the Prospects, they'll be their only games of the year. The Sockeyes have an extensive home schedule. They're an independent college team. As this pitch is popped up left side and playable in foul territory and caught there by the Hastings Sodbuster third baseman. As getting underneath that one is Cannon Coakley for the second out of the inning. 1 on, 2 outs now, and Fremont trying to salvage the inning with Henry Heyman. 6-3 the score. Sodbusters with the lead as Heyman steps to the plate, and he's had quite a day. 3 for 3, an RBI, a run scored. He was hit by a pitch his last time up. A perfect day in progress for Henry Heyman. Heyman, middle infielder, just joining the team. The Australian played his college ball the past year at Barton down at Great Bend, Kansas. Pitch is taken for a strike. No balls, 1 strike. The Cougars of Barton Community College. 6-3 the score. Fremont on top. Here's the pitch. In the dirt, and what an athletic play for Marcos Cabranes, doing his shortstop impression there. Dove full out to catch it on 1 hop in the left-handed batter's box. An amazing play. You don't very often see a shortstop catcher combo in college baseball, but that's what you've got in the person of Marcos Cabranes. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Sodbusters trailing it 6-3 here in the 8th. The pitch. Bouncing ball at the shortstop. Jones has got it. He'll dish to second. Covering there is Vital, and that'll do it. There's a pair of zeros put on the board for Connor Scholes. You got to like that out of the pen today. Fielder's choice grounder for Heyman. And Harrington forced at second as we head to the bottom of the 8th. It's still 6-3 Moo, and this is Sodbuster Baseball.
Make your next pit stop at the Coach's Corner. A friendly staff and a deep lineup of snacks. You can find Coach's Corner in North Hastings on Osborne Drive East. More than just a gas station, Coach's Corner is the place to get delicious pizza made fresh for you and your family. Don't take our word for it. It's so good it'll be featured at selected Sodbuster home games this season. For a convenient and clean experience, be sure to check out the new convenience store in North Hastings, Coach's Corner. Sodbuster Baseball is sponsored by Jerry Spady Chevrolet GMC. It's one of the many ways Jerry and Greg Spady, along with their families and employees, have proudly embraced a passion for giving back to the community. The folks at Jerry Spady Chevrolet GMC realize the importance of enriching and improving the lives of their neighbors. They've accomplished this through philanthropy and active personal involvement. Featuring the top new and used inventory in the region and a certified service department, Jerry Spady Chevrolet GMC, 2750 Osborne Drive East in Hastings, or at spady.com.
At the bottom of the 8th inning, Sodbusters try to break through against Trey Nichols. Nichols coming on in relief of Marco Ibarro. Had a really good outing as he worked the first 7 innings of this one, rather. No, first 6 innings. Trey Nichols coming in to work the 7th. We're now in the 8th. Ibarro able to throw 82 pitches, allowing 3 runs, 2 of those earned on 8 hits. Sodbusters got 1 hit against Trey Nichols, but a double play ended the threat. It'll be 2, 3, and 4 coming up. Cabranes, Frank, and Jones trying to find a way to make a late game rally against this Fremont Moo squad as Trey Nichols brings it home. First pitch a little bit low, 1 ball and no strikes the count on Marcos Cabranes. Cabranes a pair of singles both in the 4th and 5th innings. He scored a run in the 4th as the Sodbusters scored single runs in the 4th, 5th, and 6th. And here's a little looping liner base hit. It's a 3-hit game for Marcos Cabranes, and the Sodbusters will have their leadoff man aboard here in inning number 8.
Big smile there from the Puerto Rican at first base. And why not? 3-hit game. Get your team going, start it off, and facing a tough pitcher, you're going to take every single you can get and then some.
Here's Gage Frank. He has a 2-hit game in progress, doubled and scored a run his last time up. Sodbusters need another base runner to get the tying run of the plate. Solidly struck ball from Frank, but it is going to be right at the center fielder. Is over to make the play. A few steps to his right was Josh Blunt. 1 on and 1 out in the 8th inning. That'll bring to the plate Nick Jones.
Perfect spot, just too much lift on that one.
Jones had an RBI single back in the 4th. He singled in the 6th. He's got a multi-hit game, 2 for 3. Sodbusters raising the team batting average the last couple of days, but they'd love to find a way to get in the win column. Trailing at 6-3 with 1 on and 1 out in the 8th. Pitch high and outside for ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes. Jones has been pretty successful here on the home field overall. He was able to have a multi-hit game this past Friday, a multi-hit game here today, and pitches outside for a ball. 2 balls and no strikes on Nick Jones, who can be selective right here, with the Sodbusters still needing another base runner to bring the tying run to the plate in the 8th. Trey Nichols has been so solid around the zone after his complete game victory against the Sodbusters in his first outing and only outing of the year, and misses here for ball 3. 3 balls and no strikes. Trey Nichols did not walk a man in tossing a 5-hitter against the Sodbusters on opening night. 5-1, the victory for Fremont that day. 3-0 pitch taken high for ball 4, and there's first and second with 1 out for Cannon Coakley.
I was wondering if maybe Nick Jones had the green light there. Try to make something happen. Never know. That pitch not even close to being a competitive swing.
So Coakley looking to get it going. A ground out, a strikeout, and a double play grounder for him, and you don't want to see a double play. The Sodbusters have already given up 3 double plays today as the pitch taken off the inside corner for ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes. The Sodbusters feel like you ought to have more than 3 runs with 9 hits, but have had a lot of those opportunities erased with those double plays. As Trey Nichols looking to find the zone here. That's 5 straight misses. Here's the pitch. Way high. 2 balls and no strikes. Looks like a man getting warm down the first base line, for Fremont may be heading to the bullpen again before this one's over. And you feel like if you could get to the bullpen, you got a chance. Sodbusters just unable to do that early in the year against the Moo. The Fremont pitchers going very deep into games. 2-0 pitch coming. Inside for ball 3. 3 balls and no strikes. A single, a line out, a 4-pitch walk, and now 3-0 to Cannon Coakley, who certainly has take sign maybe once and twice, perhaps. As Trey Nichols works out of the stretch, brings it home. On the inside corner for a strike. Sodbuster fans grumble a bit at that, and it's 3-1 on Cannon Coakley. Fremont on top, 6-3. 2 runs in the second, 1 in the third. Single run in the fifth and 2 in the sixth. 3-1 off the inside corner, and they're loaded up for the Hastings Sodbuster second baseman, Zach Vital. Big chance here for Vital, who had a single his last time up. And Hastings trying to rally late. There'll be a visit to the mound here for the Fremont Moo, as they're going to have a conversation. I believe it's going to be Connor McGonigal or Hilton Merriman out to visit with the infield and the right-hander, in particular, Trey Nichols. Nichols working a scoreless 7th inning, allowed no runs on 1 hit. Here in the 8th, a single to lead off the inning, and you like the aggressiveness of Gage Frank, but after seeing the way Nichols has lost the strike zone, maybe you almost want him to take a couple of pitches, and who knows where the Sodbusters would be here as this 8th inning ensues.
Yeah, we're definitely seeing 2 different guys. This definitely is not the Trey Nichols that we saw on last Tuesday. Lost more command and after back-to-back walks, after walking no guys in 9 innings. Got to take advantage of this opportunity here.
And Zach Vital, just the man to do it. Here's the first pitch to Zach. Pitch a little bit low for ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes. This more like the Trey Nichols of the spring. He played at Midland University and had a 7.47 ERA. The Sodbusters trying to find a way to find that Trey Nichols on the mound here and get something going. Nichols is out of the wind with the bases loaded. 1-0 delivery. Low. Ball 4. It'll bounce over the screen and into the stands, and a run will score for the Hastings Sodbusters. So now it's 6-4, and the tying runs are in scoring position here in the 8th.
That ball rather, had a mind of its own and didn't want to be on the baseball field anymore. Haven't seen one of those yet this year. Bounced completely. That was into probably the 8th row too. Didn't get it there by much.
Nichols a little bit of an overthrow right there. 2-0 the count. Here's the pitch. Solid swing, but a foul ball off the bat of Vital. 2-1 the count on Zach Vital. A chance to come through right here and bring home the tying run. 6-4, Fremont on top, but the Sodbusters a chance to rally late here with the tying runs aboard and still only 1 man out. You want to get it tied here, put a 0 on the board, and maybe win it in the 9th. Swing and a miss, 2-2. Now need to see Vital protect. Still only 1 man out, still a chance, but Vital, at this point, Fremont still playing the middle infield back. You'd take a ground ball up the middle to get that 5th run home. Swing and a miss. Great bounce back for Nichols, and Vital not going to be happy with that. AB for the Hastings Sodbusters as he goes down swinging.
Took something off there, just under 80, and Vital over that pitch. Great, yeah, like you said, great bound backs for Nichols.
And here is Grant Jones with a chance for the Hastings Sodbusters. Takes high for ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes. Jones hit by a pitch back in the 5th inning. He's 0 for 2. The Sodbuster shortstop today. 1-0 delivery on the way. Bouncing ball back up the middle. The shortstop's got it, though. The throw to first. It's off the bag, and everybody's safe. A poor throw. Plenty of time for Ben Swales. He pulled his first baseman, Henry Heyman, off the bag. Heyman tried to make the swipe tag. The inning continues, and it's 6-5. The Sodbusters with the tying run at third. The go-ahead run at first.
Just when you think you get out of it, and poor throw by Swales. Heyman missed the swipe tag, and Fremont still now 2 outs.
Corbin Rich drills this one to left field, but right there is Hunter Palmer. Dadgummit, right on the button off the bat of Corbin Rich, who had come in defensively. He was first pitch swinging, couldn't have hit it any harder, but it was right at the left fielder. And the Sodbusters will settle for 2 here in the 8th inning. But it's 6-5 Fremont, and this is Sodbuster Baseball.
Hastings Sodbusters Baseball's in full swing, bringing you another fun-filled summer of high-level collegiate woodbat baseball at historic Duncan Field. A great way to spend a summer evening with your families at a Sodbusters baseball game. Go online to HastingsSodbusters.com for their home game schedule or to purchase tickets. Hastings Sodbusters Baseball. It's a hit.
Got the spirit of the game. game. The Hastings Sidebusters.
There's nothing like relaxing on a summer day. Nothing like taking in a Hastings Sodbuster baseball game. And there's nothing like an ice-cold Pepsi to make the day perfect. Pepsi Cola of Hastings wants to make your nothing like be the best day it can be, whatever the occasion. Enjoy your favorite refreshing Pepsi product throughout the Sodbuster season and make your nothing like memories. Pepsi Cola of Hastings, a proud sponsor of Hastings Sodbuster Baseball.
It is Sodbuster baseball as we head to the ninth inning as Hastings trying to find a way to put a 0 on the board, as it is going to be the right-hander Jacob Shaw. Shaw coming in, making his third appearance, 0-0, does not allow an earned run. He is pitched 2 2/3 innings, allowed 1 unearned run on 1 hit. He struck out 4, walked 3. He's going to be facing 6, 7, and 8 here. Make it 7, 8, and 9. Sweet, Kemper, and Hummel for Fremont. This after Hastings is able to play 2 runs in the 8th. First pitch strike across to Braden Sweet. No balls, 1 strike on Braden Sweet. Sweet, a couple of strikeouts against him. He also had a fielder's choice grounder, an infield single, and a run scored. Little looper to the left side. That's caught on the line. Cannon Coakley to his left, 1 step. There's 1 out in the 9th inning. Sodbuster's a little something to cheer about. Man, oh man, if Corbin Rich could have hit that ball that he hit 5 feet either way, maybe it's extra bases and the Sodbusters have the lead, but they did plate 2, and a lot of spring in the step of this Hastings squad here in the 9th inning, trying to rally for a win. And the pitch is inside to Nick Kemper. So after the line out to the third baseman, the DH Kemper is at the plate, and Kemper does have an RBI fielder's choice grounder, but overall 0 for 3 on the day with a pair of strikeouts and a walk. It takes this pitch out of the zone. 2 balls and no strikes on Nick Kemper. Kemper out of Sioux Falls, South Dakota, Augustana University. 1 for 7 coming in to this game, and now is 1 for 10 on the year. 2-0 delivery. High for ball 3. 3-0 the count on Kemper. Jacob Shaw, very familiar around Hastings and in the Sodbuster community. His 3rd year with the Sodbusters after successful high school and Legion career here in Hastings. Pitch across for strike 3 and 1 the count. Since then, went to Cloud County Community College and is now at Northwest Oklahoma State. Here's a bouncing ball to the second baseman. Throw to first in time. Vital fielding that short hop. Not an easy play as that was headed towards center field and a potential base hit. Instead, it's a 4-3 putout, and there's 2 outs in the 9th.
Great play by Vital. Moving to your right and the short hop. Got perfect place. Glove at the perfect spot. Great play to get the out.
Tyler Hummel batting in the 9 spot today as he is 1 for 4 at an RBI single back in inning number 2. Takes strike 1 here. Shaw trying to set him down 1-2-3 in the 9th and get that offense going. Sodbusters have 9-1-2 against Fremont. Off speeder right across. Quickly 2 strikes on Tyler Hummel. 6-5 Fremont on top in the 9th. Shaw set to go for the 0-2 pitch. Inside. Good stop there for Cabranes, who has been fun to watch behind the plate, much like he is when he's out at that shortstop position. He has been entertaining with his defensive prowess and shown a good bat here today. Pitch fouled straight back, 1-2. Cabranes with a 3-hit game in progress for the Hastings Sodbusters. Scored a run in that 8th inning. He has 2 runs scored. The Sodbusters trying to rally here against the Fremont Moo. Trailed early 3-0. Chipping away. Here's the pitch. This one is hit hard to the left side. Nice stop. Third baseman Coakley. Long throw. What a play! From his knees, Cannon Coakley over to Corbin Rich. Sodbusters flash the leather, and we head to the bottom of the ninth as Hastings trying to win it. 6-5 Fremont on top, and this is Sodbuster Baseball.
Are you tired of lousy internet and faceless customer service? It's time to experience local, honest, hassle-free, and exceptional. That's the Allo promise. We not only provide crazy fast fiber internet, crystal clear TV, and dependable phone service, but we choose to become a part of the communities we serve and love when everyone calls or stops by our store to say Allo. So don't settle for mediocre, settle for exceptional with Allo. Visit us at allofiber.com/local.
Blue Fork Kitchen features elevated comfort food in a family-friendly, fast casual environment. With a full menu, you can sit down for a nice meal or order online for pickup. From salads and wraps to burgers and steaks, Blue Fork Kitchen has your kind of food. Open Tuesday through Thursday, 11 to 9 p.m., and Friday and Saturday, 11 to 10 p.m., with a special brunch buffet Sunday from 9 to 2 p.m. Blue Fork Kitchen is located in the Cimarron Plaza, 38th and Osborne Drive in Hastings. Like them on Facebook.
Head to the bottom of the ninth inning. Hastings trying to find a way. They were down and seemingly almost out, but a 2-run eighth inning giving this Hastings fan base something to cheer about. Then solid defense, good pitching for Jacob Shaw, and an amazing throw out from Connor Coakley to end that eighth inning. And now you just hope to carry that momentum over here into the ninth. And tell you what, you've got the opportunity where you want to be in the lineup with Shires, Matson, and Cabranes coming up, and hopefully get Frank and Jones in at bat here to get not one but 2 runs. Let's win this thing.
Definitely have the right guys coming up at the right time.
Shires, an infield single, a bunt single his last time up. Here's the pitch, and he takes it for a strike. And with that third baseman playing back again, it would not be out of the realm of possibility to see another one laid down for Shires. Harrington still playing deep. Big swing, no contact. 2 quick strikes on Lane Shires, and likely not going to be bunting now. Down to the count 0-2, and Trey Nichols looks like he is coming after the Sodbusters here. 0-2 pitch on the way. Nothing fancy there, blew it by him, and there's a 3-pitch strikeout as Lane Shires goes down swinging on 3 pitches, and here comes Ty Matson to the plate. 1 out, nobody on, 6-5 the score.
Went back to the same pitch 3 times in a row, and if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Shires was not really close to any of those pitches there.
Here's Ty Matson to the plate, and he is first pitch swinging to the left side. Fielded by the third baseman, low throw, dug out nicely. Really pretty play there. As the throw from Tyler Harrington in the turf, and Henry Heyman clean sweep, and that's 2 quick outs. 4 pitches have resulted in 2 outs, and it's going to be up to Marcos Cabranes if the Sodbusters are going to keep this game going. And Cabranes, the single in the 4th, a single in the 5th, single in the 8th, 2 runs scored for this Hastings Sodbuster squad, trying to keep the game alive. Pitch across for strike, no balls, 1 strike. Trey Nichols wobbled a little bit in the 8th, allowing 2 runs. Walked a couple, had a wild pitch. There was an error committed behind him, but he is not messing around in the 9th. Line drive, center field. That is going to fall for a hit. A looping liner off the bat of Cabranes. He's got himself a 4-hit game, and the Sodbusters still alive here with Gage Frank and hopefully Nick Jones getting their opportunity in inning number 9.
Yep, this is the guy you want to come up. Gage Frank, already a great day so far. Single and a double. Multiple hit game, and if there's a guy that knows multi-hit games, it's this guy.
Hit .318 in the spring, had 8 home runs for Des Moines Area Community College. If you're dreaming, runner goes, pitch taken for a strike, throw down to second, and look out, Cabranes being run back to the bag. He's caught in the rundown. He will be tagged out, and the game will end that way. Well thrown strike. Cabranes was going to try to steal second, realized he was going to be a dead duck, and that's the way the game comes to a close here, as Frank not able to swing the bat. And I understand trying to get him into scoring position because it's tough to hit a gap every time, even though Frank did hit a double his last time up. So you want that guy at second with a chance to tie. Did not happen, and that's the way the game comes to a close as Marcos Cabranes caught stealing, and the Sodbusters come up short for the 6th time this season. Final score, 6-5 Fremont. We'll talk about it right after this timeout. This is Sodbuster Baseball.
Make your next pit stop at the Coach's Corner, a friendly staff and a deep lineup of snacks. You can find Coach's Corner in North Hastings on Osborne Drive East. More than just a gas station, Coach's Corner is the place to get delicious pizza made fresh for you and your family. Don't take our word for it. It's so good it'll be featured at selected Sodbuster home games this season. For a convenient and clean experience, be sure to check out the new convenience store in North Hastings, Coach's Corner.
Core CPAs is your locally owned, full-service accounting firm. Our team of professionals have years of accounting experience and focus on building in-depth relationships with our clients. Our comprehensive and customized solutions are tailored to your specific needs. We pride ourselves in our commitment to integrity, objectivity, and professionalism. At Core CPAs, we provide tax services, payroll, bookkeeping, assurance and financial reporting, and much more. Visit our website at corecpas.us.
Let's face it, we move our bodies around a lot. And sometimes things happen. A tweak, twist, pull, strain, ache, or pain. At Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care, their goal is to restore your mobility, keep you moving, and ensure your rehabilitation is effective, efficient, and stress-free. Do you suffer from headaches and neck pain, lower back or sciatica? Call Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care today. Start to discover wellness through chiropractic care. Fisk Chiropractic Sports Clinic.com. Start feeling better now.
Hastings College has reimagined everything. As a sophomore, you'll spend part of a semester studying abroad, and they'll cover the cost. Recognizing it's a digital world and how you learn, they'll give you an iPad Pro and Apple Pencil, tools that'll help you engage, whether you're on campus or in Paris, plus internship opportunities and professors who mentor you. Hastings even provides books. At Hastings College, you'll go somewhere. Go to hastings.edu/discover for more.
By chance.
Well, a disappointed fan base leaving today as the Sodbusters come up short 6-5. The Fremont Moo get the victory today as Fremont 6 runs on 5 hits. They commit 2 errors. Hastings 5 runs, 11 hits, 4 errors big in that one as Fremont scoring 2 runs in the second inning, 1 in the third to take a 3-0 lead. Sodbusters single runs in the 4th, 5th, and 6th, but Fremont answered with a single run in the 5th inning, 2 in the 6th, and it was 2 runs in the 8th inning to make it a 6-5 game. Sodbusters trailed it, and the Sodbusters got the tying run on in the 9th, but that man erased on a caught stealing. And Ryan Valenta, another tough one today, but you like the aggressive nature for this Sodbuster squad. They hung in there, just couldn't quite get over the hump.
Yeah, I think the energy this game was probably the best that they've had so far. Definitely looked like after the first 3 innings, they could have just curled up into a ball and quit, but they didn't quit, scoring runs in the 4th, 5th, and 6th inning. They had some fight. The pitching staff still needs some work, allowing 6 runs. That's 6 games. They've allowed at least 5 runs now, but the Sodbusters, like I said, showed some fight, got those 2 runs in the 8th inning, the one in the 9th. Not the way you want it to end, especially on that ball in the dirt there. I guess it was a called strike, and Cabranes, we'll have to see. Talk with Skipper here second behind the fight of that, but very encouraging for the Sodbusters, just came up a little bit short.
And Joel Skipper has joined us on the postgame. Appreciate him coming up to say hey, and a tough outing for his squad as they fall behind early, rally late, but just couldn't quite get it done, and Hastings falls by a score of 6-5. Coach Skipper, appreciate you coming up. Talk a little bit about the effort. What did you think of the team's performance here today?
Yeah, we had some more self-inflicted wounds. I thought Marcus did a good job kind of coming out of the gate and throwing strikes. Had that dropped infield pop-up, had that routine one to short that we couldn't get it out on. So that was kind of tough, but I thought he battled and competed, gave us a chance to win. Approached at the plate, I think we're pretty solid all day. Had a couple of mistakes base running, had a miss sign and just a bad mistake at third base with the meter barber up with that second and third opportunity. So just some things we got to clean up, man. It's a frustrated group in there because we think we're a couple plays away from being 3-4-1 right now. So we just got to get back on the horse tomorrow and get this right.
Joel, you got faced the minimum through 3 years. Sodbuster lineup went pretty quietly against Ibarra. It's real easy in that situation to get down and quit. How big was it to put those runs up and keep in the game there?
It was really big. Those guys just kept competing and playing hard, so that was great. Marcos had a great night at the plate, saw the ball really well. Gage Frank has been seeing the ball really well as well kind of all season, so just kind of unfortunate hitting some balls right at people, but I thought the approach at the plate were great. We out-hit them on the board, just those self-inflicted wounds.
And the 8th inning, you're able to plate 2 runs, get the first at bat for Corbin Rich. Probably couldn't hit it any harder, but when it's going like this, it's going to be an atom ball.
Yeah, that's baseball, man. Got to love this game, even when it does stuff like that to you. So we're in the dog days right now, but that's why baseball is such a great game, man. Just has a lot of parallels to life and going through adversity. I think the guys are handling it pretty well, but obviously we're frustrated as competitors not getting that win.
And Joel, hats off to Cabranes there. 4-hit game, 2 other guys with a multi-hit game. He's the tying run at first base. What happened on that last play? Did you give him the sign, or was that did he steal there?
We just had some miscommunication on the card there. Kind of thought I said something other than I did. So tough way to finish. Obviously, we're going to have to, can't make that mistake at that point in the game. But Marcos is such a great player, man. Just so locked in, has such a great baseball IQ. Just sad it had to end that way, especially when we thought we had momentum going into the last inning.
You mentioned the start for Miller. DeBoer seemed to be pretty solid out of the pen. And then Connor Scholes making his Sodbuster debut, putting up a couple of zeros to give the team a chance to come back.
Yeah, he did great. I think it tightened up a couple location, but just competed. Really had that slider working for him today, and obviously kind of comes from that funky arm slot, which kind of keeps hitters off balance. So I thought he did well. And then Shaw coming in, obviously, and giving us a 1-2-3 inning hit. Sending us to the bottom of the 9th. So thought we had some good stuff. Just got to clean up a few things.
And you head right back to Fremont. 2 more chances against the Moo. That's one thing about it. You get very familiar with these opponents as this summer season goes on.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I got them again tomorrow and then back at home on Thursday. So, hoping during this homestand, we can get some wins and kind of get some momentum heading into our 4 days off next week.
Joel Skipper, head coach for the Hastings Sodbusters. We appreciate him coming up as the Sodbusters falling short today by a score of 6-5. We talked about some of the highlights as this Hastings Sodbusters squad coming up short. One of those, the performance of Cabranes at the plate. And good question there, Ryan, about that
play at first base, so not supposed to be stealing there. And, it's still young in the summer, and I'm sure signs are still maybe being learned, and unfortunately a missed sign right there.
Yeah, and when you're locked in pitcher and catcher like that, and I'm surprised, at some point as your catcher you might be thinking, okay, there's no way this guy's going. I'm going to throw him out if he does. So it's a good throw by the catcher long there to get Cabranes there, and like Skipper said, just a missed sign. Unfortunate way to end because you got Gage Frank at the plate, already 2 hits, and he's the team hits leader. You want to see what he can do. A tough way for it to end, but still a great effort by the offense nonetheless. Marcus Miller wasn't the best. It wasn't what we saw him last Tuesday, but the bullpen of DeBoer, Shaw, and Scholes really kind of gave that team a chance, hanging 3 consecutive zeros there. So Sodbusters are finally just knocking right on the door, and just seems like they're 1 play away from getting that big inning.
In some of the highlights, Miller starts the game, takes the loss, 5 innings, allowing 4 runs, 3 of them earned on 8 hits, struck out 3 and walked 3. Adam Dorr comes in, works 1 inning, allows 2 runs, just 1 of those earned. He struck out 3, didn't walk anybody, allowed 2 hits on the day. And then we mentioned the fact that the debut for Scholes, the new man, Connor Scholes, coming in, 2 innings, did walk 2, but struck out 3, and then Jacob Shaw dominated in the 9th inning there as he worked a 1-2-3 frame. As far as at the plate, we mentioned Marcos Cabranes, 4 for 5, his first 4-hit game as a Sodbuster. He scores 2 runs, Gage Frank 2 for 4, a run scored, Nick Jones 2 for 3, an RBI, and a run scored. Zach Fattal went 1 for 4 in the day. Grant Jones scored a run for Hastings, and the Sodbusters getting an infield single from Lane Shires in the contest. That's the offensive highlights as far as paying a little tribute to the Fremont Moo. Tip of the hat to their starter as they were able to get a solid performance from Marco Ibarra. He picks up the win, going 6 innings, allowing 3 runs on 8 hits, struck out 7, walked only 1. Trey Nichols not as dominant as he was in his starter's role in the season opener, but comes in, picks up a 3-inning save, working his way out of difficulty and able to get the win despite allowing 2 runs on 3 hits, just 1 of those earned. He struck out 3, walked 2, did have a wild pitch, but he picks up the save. He's got a win and a save in his 2 appearances against the Hastings Sodbusters. Ryan, anything to add tonight?
Yeah, like I've just been saying, Sodbusters could have quit early. They came back nicely and able to get those 2 runs in the 8th. They And like we said, this is probably the most energetic, that 7th, 8th, and 9th inning we've seen Duncan Field so far. It's not the way the scoreboard you want it to end, but that gives the fans something to come back and look, as we know the Sodbusters are right there, and they've just about got it figured out. But we're going to see Fremont a lot more this season, got a lot more chances.
And you want to come out on Thursday, good opportunity to do that. The Sodbusters will be at Fremont tomorrow. Fremont back here on Thursday, then Casper in town Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Games at 6:35 each night. We invite you to come out and see Sodbuster baseball in person if you are in the region. Big thank you to all the broadcasting crew. It just continues to expand here at Duncan Field as Mason Hendricks kind of running things behind the scenes, Connor Christensen, Noah Pagel, and we appreciate the work of Ryan Valenta. The final score once again from Duncan Field tonight, it was the Fremont Moo 6, the Hastings Sodbusters 5. I'm Steve Stein. God bless. This is Sodbuster Baseball.